coming for the Athletics. Last night it was as wild as it gets, and there was some history along the way. The A's were down 10-2 in the 7th, but clawed their way back, scoring 3 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th, and a 3-run blast from Chris Davis in the 10th broke the tie, and the Green and Gold came back from an 8-run deficit after 6 innings, a first since they moved to Oakland. Tonight, Edwin Jackson gets the ball, and he will look to hold the Rangers down and let the A's offense continue to score runs. Game 3, A's and Rangers, next. Well, it's another very hot night at Globe Life Park, and man, the first 2 games of this series been a lot of fun, and tonight the A's will try to make it 3 in a row with Edwin Jackson on the mound. It's the A's and the Texas Rangers coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Each win counts the same in the standings. It really does, but some are a little bit more special than others, and special would be what will happen last night. The Athletics were down 10-2 entering the 7th inning. None of us really thought they had a chance until, Ray, they got to about 10-5, and then all of a sudden, hey, now they do have a chance, and they ended up winning the game.
And I think Stephen Piscotty said it best in our post-game interview. You know, the words can't really describe the way this club is playing, the way they're coming back. Last night's game, though, there's not many teams. I can't think of any team that can think they're down 10-2 with 3 at-bats remaining and win a ball game. But yet the A's did that. I think that's what's special about this club, that they feel they can. And how about the bullpen? Familia coming in and pitching 2 innings, picking up the win and trying, or pitching an inning and then trying. But all these good things are happening for the ball club, and I think it's a great positive thing.
All right, Edwin Jackson will pitch tonight. He is trying to win his 100th career game. It's his 4th attempt at getting that 100 career win. So let's hope he gets it tonight.
Well, how about 28 runs the first 2 games? Just give him a few, because he's making his 6th start. In 5 starts, you have a sub-3 earned run average, and you have a losing record. That means you're not getting a lot of run support. He's been a great benefit to this ball club. The A's are great because of him. Let's hope tonight he can get that special win, and especially win number 100.
And for the 3rd straight game in the series, the Rangers will send a lefty to the mound tonight. It is Martin Perez. So Perez and Jackson is your pitching matchup. It's game 3 of the 4-game series from Arlington. Stick around with lineups and first pitch. A's and Rangers coming up.
Toyota, designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. By Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the $5.99 Jack Spicy Chicken Club combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
So Edwin Jackson and the Athletics trying to make it 3 in a row over the Texas Rangers. So game 3 of the 4-game series. So let's look at the game time weather for tonight, brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 100 degrees with 9 miles per hour on the winds. So there you go. It's hot and it's sticky. All right, let's take a look at the Athletics lineup for tonight. Brought to you, as always, by Southwest Airlines. Simeon, Pinder, Lowry, Davis, Olson, Piscotti, Chapman, Canna, and Fegley. So Josh Fegley gets the start tonight.
And the left-hander Martin Perez will be on the mound for the Texas Rangers, making his 8th start. He's been on the disabled list most of the year. He did pitch against the A's back in April. Finale of the 4-game series, picked up a win. Actually, one of the few pitchers, 10 hits that they gave up 5 1/3 innings, but he did pick up the win 6-3. He's happy to be back pitching, and I'm sure the Rangers are happy to have him in the rotation, even though his ERA is 8+.
Calhoun, Tochi, Gallo in the outfield for Texas tonight. Beltre, Andrus, Odor, and Profar. Jerks and Profar is at first base tonight. Robinson, Chirinos back behind the plate. So Martin Perez trying to lower that ERA. That's over 8 as he finishes up his warm-up tosses. And the A's will look up at the out-of-town scoreboard, Ray, and they will see that the Seattle Mariners have already played today and they won. They beat the Giants 3-2 afternoon game in Seattle. So if the A's want to keep pace and stay at a 1.5 back, they will have to win this game tonight, with the Mariners winning earlier today. Lance Barksdale will call balls and strikes. There's Ted Barrett. He's the crew chief. He's at first. Kerwin Daly's at second. Ben May is at third.
Well, the 2-game series for the Mariners, so they will have tomorrow off while the A's will conclude here tomorrow night. Scoreboard watching. They may be watching tonight's game right now. They may be thinking about, let's just watch the A's play the Rangers tonight and tomorrow night.
First pitch of the ball game is a fastball that runs outside from Martin Perez to Marcus Semien. Semien had .252 with 7 home runs and 38 runs batted in. And he lines one fair into the left field corner. Marcus Semien rounds first, and he's going to head into second with a leadoff double.
Well, the one thing about Perez, and 24th double for Marcus Semien, he missed with the first pitch, comes right back with a center cut fastball. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't typical anymore. I mean, you get a pitch to hit, you got to be swinging at it. A lot of guys hitting home runs. Marcus Semien leads it off with a double. And as we talked about on Monday night, last night was great coming from behind. However, he's on Monday night in the grand slam 5-run second inning, ended up winning big in that game.
Pitchcast brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. And here's Pinder, who hits a fly ball to right. It sends Gallo back. He circles underneath it. Gallo has it. Marcus Semien's going to tag. He's going to try for third, and he'll make it. So Pinder does a nice job as he hit that ball pretty well. Ends up getting Semien over to third.
Well, you might not think after the way the A's have scored, both teams have scored in the first 2 games, but situational baseball, because the infield will play back for Jed Lowry. You would have to think maybe on the left side they will play even. On the right side, well, they're starting to come in, so it looks like Jeff Bannister wants to try to cut down the first run, which is a little surprising. But a good at bat for Chad Pinder, inside out swing to hit the ball to right field.
So the infield comes in the very first inning as Jed Lowry steps up. And the first pitch is down and into Lowry.
He's had 3 different innings last night that they had a run at third, less than 2 outs, and were not successful getting him in. And
They start the game tonight with the same situation.
Lowry takes down and in. Lowry hit a home run last night. His 17th of the year. That is a new career high.
I think where he hit it is just as impressive. Right center field. Took you back and lost his glove. Jed Lowry, that would tie the game. Mark Canha had made it a one-run game, but at that point looked like the A's were going to lose big, but it was not the case. Jed with a big two-run single off Keala later in the game, 8th inning.
Again in the dirt. And now it's 3-0.
Watch this hit up the middle. Watch his right hand, Keala, and bam, right there off his hand into center field. That would drive in a couple. And kind of to your point, I don't know where you talked about it during the game and after the game, but if Elvis Andrus turns a double play, 4 runs don't score in that inning.
Yep.
And that was huge on Simeon's ball, but Jed Lowry with the big 2-run single. Scotty would tie it. KD won it.
3-0 pitch is line but foul. So this was probably the biggest play in the game.
But watch Mark Canha, the runner at second base. You know, maybe, just maybe, right there, maybe defend. I don't know, who knows, but you know, Elvis Andrus has played too long to be distracted by somebody running in front of him and tried to flip the ball back, but that allowed a run to score. That was huge because the A's would make it a 1-run game after that error.
So 3-1 to Lowry with Chris Davis waiting in the on-deck circle. A's trying to strike first here in the first. That's a strike right on the inside corner. 3-2. Good pitch by Martin Perez.
And if you're wondering, Perez has an assortment of pitches, 2 and 4-seam fastball, curve, slider, changeup. He'll use all of them. It's KD, a big 3-run home run last night in the 10th inning. Waits.
Inside, and he walked in. So first and third for Chris Davis. All right, here's our Coors Light refreshing finish, and what a finish it was. Chris Davis in the top of the 10th inning, a 3-run homer, and that finished off the comeback. Treinen on a nice quiet bottom of the 10th, and the final score was 13-10. The A's coming all the way back. So Chris Davis' 25th home run of the year was a game winner. Chris Davis has homered in 5 straight games against the Rangers, tied for the second longest streak versus the Rangers since they came to Texas way back in 1972.
And the manager, Ted Williams.
There's a strike.
And they played at a Double-A park.
Right next door.
Yeah.
Chris Davis now has 23 career home runs against the Texas Rangers. Strike, pounding that inside corner is Perez, 94 miles an hour.
Well, not surprised. Serrano's moving inside, and we're seeing a lot of lefties. And if they're watching scouting reports or they're watching videos, they're going to see the Giants lefties pounding the A's right-handers inside.
So Davis behind in the count, 1-2. He lays off a breaking ball down in it.
September the 24th last year at the Coliseum. This is what KD did. Home run number 41. Straightaway center field on a changeup, and yeah, Captain Crush, back-to-back seasons, 40+ home runs, 43, 42, sitting on 25 now.
Simeon at third, Lowry at first. Got him swinging. So off speed, moving away from Davis, and that's a big strikeout for Perez.
Well, the one thing Chris Davis said following the 3-run home run last night, his soundbite was he was thinking about the 2 times previously that he'd been up with a runner at third, less than 2 outs, and struck out. Well, similar situation tonight, so let's hope at least at the end he does what he did last night. Infield did move back after Jed Lowry walked, thinking about 2, but strikeout for Perez just a little bit better.
So see if Matt Olson can pick the A's up here and get a 2-out hit. I think at times this year, Ray, getting that run home from third has been a struggle for the A's.
Exactly.
And that's what makes the home run so big for them, because listen, this is a team that's 5th in the American League in runs scored, and home runs are they're the great makeup, right? They make everything look good.
Yeah, because right now you're hoping that Chad Pinder, standing next to the skipper, that his ball would have gone out, because unless Olson can come through with 2 outs, or Piscotty should Olson walk. But again, what we've seen, Captain, a lot of games where the A's have seen lefties, and as you mentioned, 3rd consecutive that the Rangers are featuring. But Matt Olson has been a constant. He's been in the lineup. And as always, it seems that a lefty has a certain area wants to throw to right-handers, but then a lefty comes up, it changes everything. And the fact that Matt Olson is a very patient hitter definitely helps him and the A's, considering.
Big chopper, fair. Down the right field line, Simeon scores. Lowry's going to go to third. He'll stop there. Olson with an RBI double. How about that?
And Profar at first base could do nothing except turn around and watch, as Ted Barrett did. And just the high chopper, hard infield, and Matt Olson with a pitch inside. He kind of stopped, didn't know what was going to happen, ended up being right on the line. See a little chalk bounce up. So one was going to score. Lowry was going to go to third, Matt Olson a second, so a big 2-out run scoring double for Matt Olson. And there's a case where Perez fell behind, threw him a fastball inner part of the plate. Olson with a little smile on his face, why not?
Well, when you've won 25 out of your last 32, that ball's fair.
That's a good point.
First pitch to Piscotty is a little bit low.
Time now for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. How about last night? Stephen Piscotty, leadoff home run, top of the 9th inning, tied the game at 10. Piscotty's 7th home run in the July 14th overall straightaway center. There's Steve Vucinich. Nice going, Steven. But Piscotty, as he did against the Padres, tied the game in the 9th inning. Big home run for a guy he never faced before.
Shallow right field. Gallo coming in. Odor out, and Rodney Odor out of nowhere. So nice play by Odor. The A's get a run on a couple hits in the first. Lineup for the Texas Rangers, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Chu, Odor, Andrus, Beltre, Profar, Gallo, Chirinos, Calhoun, Tochi. That's the Rangers lineup.
Edwin Jackson against the Texas Rangers here in Arlington, his last start. That was against the Giants. Gave up a couple of home runs, as he did against the Tribe back on June the 30th, the only 4 he's given up. but the lack of run support is the biggest key. 293 earned run average for Edwin Jackson, who gave the lineup card tonight to Sean Manaea as he decided I'll stay down the bullpen and warm up. Let's hope one run is not all he got, because the last 2 games, Cap, he's left trailing 2-1. Previous game, the third one, left trailing 2-0.
So he faces Shin-Soo Choo, leading things off for the Rangers. Choo has seen Jackson a lot, and he's got good numbers against him. 11 for 28 in his career. So far in this series, Choo is 1 for 5. He's walked 3 times. And now the count 2-0. Choo was an all-star this year. Good pitch there, right on the corner. Odor to follow, and then Elvis Andrus.
I think if you pitch as many years for many teams as Edwin Jackson has, I don't think there's anything ever that's going to bother you when you're pitching in a game. You can throw off-speed pitches and fastball counts.
That's Marcus Semien out in shallow right field. So 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Defensively, he's looked like this. Pinder's in left. Canna is in center. Piscotty is in right. Chapman and Semien on the left side of the infield. Lowry and Olsen on the right side, with Fegley doing the catching. So after a couple of long games, Jonathan Lucroy will get the night off. Probably lost 7 or 8 pounds.
Oh, he wanted to catch. He love the heat. He'll catch tomorrow night against Bartolo Colon.
So here's Odor. Odor at 259. He's got 7 home runs.
Here's the shift.
RBIs.
Sorry, Cap. Well, watch Marcus Semien. See how he charges? He wants to get. He's playing on the outfield grass, and we've seen a lot of guys take the balls on the grass, and it's a bad hop sometimes. But it's good to see Marcus Semien. Once the ball is hit, he starts to charge it. And I think anytime an infielder can get the ball on the dirt when possible instead of standing in the outfield grass, it's going to make it a lot better. Although this grass has to be cut low because of the heat. Might be like a putting green.
Odor, a couple of hits in the series. He's 2 for 8.
They say that in Arlington, Texas, it is probably the lowest grass, almost like artificial surface, because it's cut so close to the ground.
So 1-2 to Odor. How about that number?
That's an amazing number. I think that's a great number to show, and if Edwin Jackson can continue, Odor ever gets in the batter's box, then you don't have to worry about 2-strike hits, because that's probably one of the toughest things for a pitcher, to get ahead with 2 strikes and then give up a hit.
Strike 3 called. So Odor turns around, heads back to the dugout. 2 outs. Well, tonight, any 95-mile-per-hour fastball is our fast pitch. Brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go. 2 away here in the first as Elvis Andrus heads up to the batter's box. Says hello to everybody.
Who was that tried it against Yadier Molina and got in a fight? St. Louis?
Yeah. Well, Yadier needs to relax.
I know.
Andrus has had a big series.
Yes, he has.
2 homers and 7 RBIs in this series. Got a grand slam.
I think one of the better shots was last night when the A's had come back. Maybe the bottom of the 10th inning, had a shot of Elvis Andrus, who had hit the grand slam, scratching his head, because he might have been scratching his head about the error he made, or the double play that he didn't turn. as much as a grand slam, but nonetheless, a tough loss for the Rangers, a great one for the Athletics.
Foul back to the screen.
Duncan with a fastball inside, and amazing how quickly the guy who hits the ball so well to the opposite field turned on a fastball inside. There's a grand slam. That was a big lead at that time for the Rangers.
Protection swing and the count 1-2. Anders almost looked like he was unsure whether he wanted to swing at that. So 1-2 the count with Beltre in the on deck circle for Texas.
Josh Phegley, who is catching tonight. First game of the series that he's caught. Breaking ball, good job of blocking, and a breaking pitch. And I think every catcher should realize, and Phegley does, that on a breaking pitch you anticipate it being thrown in the dirt and prepare yourself to block a ball.
That one hooked down the left field line, but it's going to reach the seats. Still a popular item, the Nolan Ryan jersey.
Oh, yeah. You wear that, you better be a hard thrower. And a good curveball.
Again, foul back. So Anders putting pretty good battle on Edwin Jackson. Anders is 3 for 9 in his career against Jackson. Takes inside, so the count is full. Straightaway defense for Elvis Andrus. And that is a fair ball. Right over the bag, hangs off the side wall. Andrus is going to head into second base, and he's going to have a double. So Elvis Andrus continues his big series, 10th double of the year.
And that makes the third hit against Edwin Jackson with a runner with 2 strikes, as we showed 2 for 50. He did get Odor out, but not Elvis Andrus.
So with 2 outs, here's Beltre. Beltre at 278 with 5 homers, 30 RBIs. He does not have a hit in the series, does have a sacrifice fly. First pitch to Beltre, runs off the plate. Beltre is 6 for 14 against Jackson in his career.
Phegley's caught Jackson 1 time this season of his 5 starts, and you'd have to think that, I think we've already seen that Edwin Jackson looking in a long time and perhaps changing the signs.
And that one's driven to center. Canna going back, though, and he's going to get there, and he makes the catch. So a hard hit ball, but into the glove of Mark Canna. 1-0 A's after 1. Tampa Bay to Arizona just a little while ago. Right-hander. And also down at the bottom, the Rays traded Nate Eovaldi to the Red Sox. That happened this morning. So a couple of right-handers changing teams. The Eovaldi one is interesting. Very hard thrower, and he's back from Tommy John. It looks like he's completely healthy. Going to the Red Sox, who Red Sox pitching has been very good. There's a few question marks on the back end of their rotation health-wise, and maybe that's why they decided to get Nate Eovaldi. And for Matt Andriese, he goes from the Rays to the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks just a half game out in the National League West. So Chapman is retired. We saw Nate Eovaldi earlier this year, did we not? At the Coliseum, he pitched well.
Extremely well.
Zach Britton went to the Yankees yesterday. That's a big move. So the trades are starting to be made. So Yoenis Cespedes out for the year. Surgery on both heels for Yoenis Cespedes, and he's expected to miss 8 to 10 months. So he will probably not be ready to go at the start of the 2019 season. So a long recovery for Yoenis Cespedes. Yankees lost today, so Red Sox with a 5.5 game lead. So two teams continue to kind of jockey for position. Red Sox with the best record in all of baseball. The Yankees with the third best. Houston now has the second best record. 2-2 the count to Mark Canha.
And we're seeing it once again, Cap, except for sometimes hitters take a while to get back in the batter's box. But Perez, like Jackson, both like to get the ball and throw. And we usually see that with starting pitchers. They work quickly, efficiently, but it seems like after that it becomes a bullpen game and things slow down.
Here's that list. Red Sox with the best record in the majors. Astros second, Yankees third, Mariners fourth, Cubs fifth, A's sixth. Sixth best record in the big leagues.
About the Phillies' big win last night. 3-run walk-off. Trevor Plouffe, bottom of 16th. Who was the pitcher in that game? Kiki Hernandez.
Yeah, that was quite a game. 16 innings, right, between the Phillies and the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I was reading a little bit about that game today, and a lot of people were saying, well, the Dodgers got 7 innings from their starting pitcher, Maeda, and they ran out of pitchers. There was a couple guys who only threw 4 or 5 pitches in the game, and all of a sudden you realize that you're in the 16th inning, you don't have anybody else. So that's a walk to Canha.
An off-speed pitch, and it's amazing. There are times you want to fool, but I've always thought that if you're throwing a breaking pitch, something off-speed with 2 strikes, especially 3-2 count, it has to be a strike, because if you fool the hitter, he's not going to swing anyway. And you just hope it's in the strike zone. That one was not. A walk to Mark Canha on 3-2.
So here's Fegley hitting in the 9th spot. Fegley drives one to right. It's Joey Gallo toward the line, and Gallo grabs it. So 2 away here in the 2nd inning. And here's Marcus Semien. Doubled and scored in the first, hit a line drive right down the left field line. So Marcus is now 4 for 12 with 3 doubles and 5 runs scored and 3 runs knocked in this series. First pitch strike.
Thought it was hot last night. We showed the double tonight. Well, how about this one? Just passed third base, diving Adrian Beltre, and a couple of runs would score. That would make it 10-4. So That was the beginning of the comeback.
Well, there's so many numbers impressive numbers from the game last night that I really don't want to start throwing them out there when there's 2 outs in an inning, because we'll run out of time. Runner goes. Chirinos' throw is a good one, and they get Canna. Chirinos can throw. Showed it off right there. Canna thrown out, and we're headed to the bottom of the second.
Visit athletics.com/rapid today. A lot of things are bartable.
It's a fun word to say. Bartable. Yep. So Jurickson Profar leading it off. He'll be followed by Gallo and Chirinos. He's with a 1-0 lead. Profar playing first base tonight.
Jeff Bannister wants to get his name or his bat in the lineup every day he can. He goes from short, third, plays second, first, outfield, DH, you name it. Switch hitter.
Inside. So the count 3-0 to Profar. And there's a strike on the outside corner. 18 pitches in the first inning for Edwin Jackson. And that one just missed. A little bit high, not by much. Leadoff walk. So that'll bring up Joey Gallo. Gallo did not play on Monday night, was back in the lineup last night, and he hit a home run. It was his 25th home run of the year. So Gallo, 25 home runs in 97 games.
Game number 103 for the Rangers. 59 remaining after this game. And you look at his numbers. He's looking for 15 and 45 to get him to 40 and 100. Kind of what he did last year, the last series, didn't it? And A's were in town last year.
He got to 40, 41.
Yeah, for the last weekend of the season.
See, to me, Joey Gallo is a baseball debate.
Yeah. In what way?
And you know what I'm talking about. So his batting average last year was .209, 41 homers, 80 RBIs. He struck out 196 times.
How many at-bats?
449 at-bats.
At-bats.
Not plate appearances, at-bats.
Right.
This is a little bit different.
So probably looking combine walks and sac flies, no bunts, but maybe 500.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And I say it's a dilemma simply because I think some baseball people think, yes, we're good with that production.
Yeah, exactly, with off a left-hander.
Yeah.
Buchter and a second deck home run.
And I also think that there's some baseball folks that say a .209 batting average and 196 strikeouts. You got to do more than that than just hit 41 home runs,
right.
which is not easy to do. Hit
Right.
41. That's very tough to do. I don't know.
Well, I kind of agree with you because you're looking 41. Let's say, if you count everything, 500 plate appearances. It means he was hurt, didn't play some games. But that's a whole lot of at-bats that you're not hitting home
That's
run.
a lot of non-home
That's
run
right,
at-bats.
right.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I think maybe a good way to look at it, Ray, is what does a player, a full-fledged home run hitter like Gallo, what does he do with the non-home run
Exactly.
at-bats?
Well, evidently not driving in a lot of runs.
Well,
because he drove in 80.
80 is
With 40
80 is a good number.
Right, but 41 home runs, how many, you know, and you start looking at when did he hit them, when did it matter, were they game winners, did it put them ahead, you know, different things like that. But, you know, it's I don't know, the game has changed because home runs are important. And there are some people who say, give me the home runs and I'll take whatever they give other than the home runs.
And I think that's a legitimate point.
But I think the home runs should be hit at a time when you need them. And to your point, you have said, and I agree 100%, that a home run can get you back in the game.
Sure.
And especially a 3-run home run. And if you can hit home runs like that to get your club either back in the game or put them ahead, then it's a productive home run.
I just think if a guy hits a lot of home runs like Gallo, that's great. But I still don't think that's the only thing you can look at.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. What you're going to look at here to see if Profar is going to be on the way. Here's a man who strikes out as much as you said. Would Profar be running? And
well, he's been leaning since he got to first base.
But I say this is a manager's decision because you have a hitter who does strike out a lot. And you also have a catcher who throws extremely well. And if he strikes out, no matter what kind of jump Profar gets, it should be a strike him out, throw him out.
Gallo has 136 strikeouts in 329 at-bats.
So is this one of 3 here?
He runs. And the ball is hit very high, very deep, and very foul. You will not see a lot of foul balls go where that one just went upper deck. And a fan sitting too far away to tell whether it's a male or a female, but this guy sitting by himself and he just caught it. He was not expecting, or she, it is a he, was not expecting to get a foul ball up there.
Well, Profar ran on that one. See if that changes the pitch sequence of what Edwin Jackson's going to throw.
Runner goes, and the ball's fouled again. This one the other way into the upper deck.
Well, one thing this does do, and assuming Profar were to run again on this 3-2, at least Josh Fegley, with a left-handed hitter, he is blocked by Gallo looking at first base. So dugouts are close. Somebody from the A's dugout will yell, there he goes, or running, or whatever they are saying. But running twice, at least Fegley can come out from behind the batter's box, at least knowing it's a pretty good chance that if there's a swing and a miss, he's going to be going. Notice multiple signs with nobody at second.
Throw to first, and it trickles away from Olson, but got enough of a glove on it to keep it from going too far.
Well, if you're going to throw it low. That means that it's got to hit somebody. It happened to hit off the glove of Olson, did not go too far.
So, ball's in the dirt, rolls away. Olson throws it back to Jackson.
He throws it out.
Why would he throw it out? Fair question.
I agree. I asked Jonathan Lucroy about it, and he said, if I don't throw it out, the umpire is going to ask me for it, and he's going to throw it out.
Runner goes, and Gallo again fouls it.
And, you know, I hate to say this, guy, but there are pitchers who look at it and see a scuff and don't know what to do with it.
That's a good point.
I mean, and you know, they see
there's an art to it.
There
right?
is, of course. I mean, you could take a scuff on a baseball and you could manipulate it, and every pitcher listening going to say, yeah, you're right, and it's true. But, you know, first of all, the catcher needs to know, because you call for four seam and it's got movement, you're going to get messed up. So it's, but I think more than anything, because I asked Jonathan Lucroy, because he would catch it, ball in dirt, he'd flip it out. I said, why do you do that? He said, because if I don't, the umpire is.
Yeah.
So he said, I just save time by doing it myself.
So maybe a scuffed ball, the idea of it, maybe it's a little overrated.
If you don't know how to use it.
If you don't know how to use it,
yeah. It's. But if you do, it can do miracles. I see the fact they're using multiple signs, which means that when Jackson shakes off, he's got to go through the signs, all of them again. And again, the only reason they must be doing that is they think something's happened in center field, and they do not want to use just one sign, even with nobody on base or second base.
Chirinos waits in the on-deck circle. Far runs, and it's just a little bit low. So long battle, and Gallo gets the walk. So 2 on, nobody out for Texas.
Well, Fegley must have thought it was close enough that he came out ready to throw, waiting to hear if Lance Barksdale was going to bark strike. He did not, and Fegley stopped his throw.
So Chirinos steps up. 211 is his batting average. 12 homers and 39 runs batted in. Chirinos, another guy who's got good power with the 12 home runs in 72 games, but he strikes out a ton. 103 strikeouts in 237 at-bats. No surprise then that the Texas Rangers have the most strikeouts in the American League. They also have the third most walks. And it's inside, 2-0. Rangers are 6th in the league in runs scored. They're 8th in the league in home runs. They're hitting .225 with runners in scoring position. funny, Ray, watching Mark Cannon in center field. He actually kind of went into a catcher squat and then jumped up trying to stretch out his legs. And this can be tough for a position player standing out there, because you can tell Mark's he's just trying to keep moving around.
On cue.
Of course, you and I are doing that up here as well.
Jed Lowry was doing it at second base, kicking the dirt, straight, smoothing the dirt out. And
3-0 pitch is in there for a strike. On deck is Willie Calhoun.
a lot of pitches thrown by Edwin Jackson in this inning. 18 already. Nobody out. First and second with a couple of walks. The problem when you fall behind, you get guys who do swing hard, and your point about they strike out a lot, but when they swing hard and they make contact, good things can happen for them.
And that one is driven. Canna's going back, and it is gone. That's a 3-run homer for Robinson Chirinos, and the Rangers grab the lead at 3-1.
Well, they say 2 walks on a blast. Well, they just got it. Unfortunately, you fall behind, you have to do this. 93, lower part of the strike zone when somebody swings hard. A lot of power to go different parts of the park. There's the big swing. Did not give Chirinos a chance to be defensive in a swing because he had the count in his favor. And this is not even, I mean, I just overran it in the A's cap.
So home run number 13 for Chirinos.
You know what I think they should do, Kai? Go to one sign, and if somebody's stealing them, so be it. You're down 3-1 because you're taking all the time to go through signs. And again, sure, there may be somebody and they know something happened, but when a catcher has to go through multiple signs and the pitcher doesn't like, so there's 3, there's 4. So you finally, you finally go to the pitch. He has 4 pitches. You go to the one that's not been called.
1-1 the count to Calhoun. That's the 3rd home run that Chirinos has hit against the A's this year. Chopper. Chapman, and he cannot pick it up clean. Calhoun really hustling down the line, and he may have been able to beat it out even if Chapman fielded it.
On the ball over Edwin Jackson's head. He started to go up and did not. Of course, he couldn't have gotten it anyway. And well, Chapman cutting in front of Semien. We've seen him do this quite often, and he's got the better chance of the 2 to throw him out. And once he could not come up with the ball because Semien was playing deep, long run for him, and he was there to make the play. But I think if Semien had even caught the ball, he was not going to be able to throw out the speedy Calhoun.
So here's Carlos Tocci. Tocci shows bunt, and he takes it inside. Tocci, a couple of hits last night. Well, singles, had an RBI and a run scored, hitting 143. That's 6 hits in 42 at bats. Bunts it, and it's fair. And the throw to second is dug out of the dirt by Semien. That's a nice play. The ball sat right on the chalk. Fegley picked it up, and Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire, hustled around to get a good look at it and said it's a fair ball.
Well, for Josh Fegley, get rid of the ball as quickly as you can. I probably wanted to get a lot more on the throw. Maybe even try to turn 2, but the fact that it just dived right there, and Fegley picked it up with his bare hand. Great scoop at second by Marcus Semien. And there you are, right on the line, and when you pick a ball up barehanded, you hope you have a good enough grip, and threw the ball into the ground. Great play by Marcus Semien. Maybe like he's taking a throw from a catcher on a caught stealer.
So now to the top of the order in Shin-Soo Choo. And the first pitch to Choo in first strike. Choo grounded out. Grounded out to Marcus Semien with the shift on. Shin-Soo Choo finally got healthy last year after playing in just 48 games in 2016. Played in 149 last year and had 22 homers, 78 RBIs. .357 on base percentage is he always seems to get on base a lot. Reached base in 55 of the last 56 games. Originally a Seattle Mariner. Mariners traded him to the Indians for Ben Broussard, and that was turned out to be a heck of a trade for the Indians, because right after that Choo settled in as an everyday player in Cleveland, and he was very, very good. Fifth year here with the Rangers. Fifth year of a 7-year contract he signed.
For a lot of money that clubs might not be willing to do anymore.
Nope. Well, especially if you got 2 years left on the deal.
Yeah.
Choo this year is making $20 million. Well, the worst thing that can happen is making that kind of money and not playing, being hurt. At least Choo is playing and producing. Reaches for that one and fouls it. Rangers with the payroll of $128 million, right in the middle. They're 15th in the major leagues in that category.
And the disappointing thing for them to know that they're playing a team that's half the payroll, and beating them the way they had the first 2 games, and where they are in the standings by comparison. Records.
In the dirt. Take by Choo, and now the count is 2-2.
Well, here's the StatCast on Robinson Chirino, straightaway center field. 106 off the bat, 24 degrees, and the hang time almost 5 seconds. But one fan with an A's cap missed it, overran it. Too much speed.
StatCast AI, powered by AWS. Two and two the count. Tochi, the runner at first.
First sign's fastball away.
You sound like a catcher, Ray.
It wasn't first sign either. It's a second sign because there was a wiggle. Change it.
So 30 pitches in this inning, and there's still only 1 out. These are the kind of innings you do not want to have in weather like this. 100 degrees at first pitch. So 3-2. Tochi will probably run. He does. And it's bounced foul.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a good point, because in today's world of pitch counts, he's getting ready to make his 50th pitch. He's trailing 3-1, second inning. Got to go 5 to qualify for a win. got to have a lead. But all that's not working in his favor. You see the breakdown of the 31 pitches that he's thrown. About 50-50 strikes and balls. Coach is probably saying, I'm going to run anyway.
I'm going.
You know?
Odor waits in the on-deck circle.
Just went through 4 signs.
So that is being done because there may be somebody out in center field delaying
something.
But passing signs along.
Right. They must be thinking there's something out there that electronically, maybe a camera. Still see lights above the batter's eye.
Swing and a miss. Fegley's throw is in time. That's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Chirinos with a 3-run homer. So the Rangers lead 3-1 after 2.
Just enough. Marcus Semien able to reach back with Tochi, getting the ball in his face. So smart play of the day. It's a very good play. Get the A's out of the inning.
Semien will lead it off. He was batting when Cannon was thrown out trying to steal, so he's back in there leading off the top of the 3rd. And that one just missed outside. So 2-0 the count. Pinder to follow and Lowry. Semien doubled and scored in the 1st. It's this one high and foul down the right field line. So the A's first 2 games of this series, 28 runs and 29 hits. 8 doubles and 8 home runs. That does not include what has happened so far tonight as Semien is retired. So now 29 runs in this series. So this does include tonight. 9 doubles, 8 homers, 13 walks, 18 strikeouts. But that little note at the bottom in yellow, that's the one that is amazing. The A's have scored 19 runs in the 7th inning or later in the first 2 games of this series.
It's hard to believe.
19. "19 runs and 16 hits and a whole bunch of walks from the 7th inning on."
You know, every time that we see the A's fall behind, you say, well, they got to come back, but it doesn't mean they're always going to. That's one of the problems. And the A's to get on the board early, but unfortunately, a couple walks and a 3-run home run, the A's are trailing.
This one's lined to right, but the Rangers have a man there. Gallo with a nice running catch.
That's amazing.
Pinder hit that ball hard.
That's got to be so frustrating to hit a ball that hard in that direction and be heading back to the dugout when you should have been heading to second base with a double. But that's the defensive alignment. And Joey Gallo, who has not played a lot in right field over the weekend, played his first game in right. Some say they want the strongest outfield arm in left field versus right field. But I'd say right field's the farthest distance.
That's a base hit past Beltre. 2-out single for Lowry. So 3 hits now for the Athletics.
Jed went to 3-2 after a 3-0 swing in 3-0. This time, though, first pitch hitting fastball. And Perez seeing Adrian Beltre dive a few times to his left to no avail.
So Chris Davis will hit.
And we always say that get a guy on base with KD coming up, it could be a tie game with 1 swing.
Absolutely. Runners in scoring position even at first.
Yeah.
Down and into Chris Davis, who struck out in the first inning. The Rangers bullpen in this series. 9 innings pitched. 19 runs. So from the other side, Texas Rangers history. Rangers were 471-0 when leading by at least 8 runs in the 7th inning or later. (471-0).
Well, if you're leading by 8 runs, you should be.
Absolutely. That actually should not surprise us. But for the A's, the 8 or more runs coming back after 6 innings. Last time it happened for the A's, August 30th, 1939. That's 1939. So what they did last night, being down by 8 or more runs after 6 innings, first time it's ever happened in Oakland A's history. Happened with the Philadelphia A's.
Some guy named Connie Mack was managing.
Connie Mack liked that comeback. Loosened his tie a little bit.
Took off his top hat.
So it was a record-breaking performance last night by the A's, but as much as we enjoyed it, and we did, got to get back to work. Three and 2 to Chris Davis, so Lowry will take off, being held by Profile. There he goes. And it is a swing and a miss. So Davis strikes out for the 2nd time. A runner left. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. 3-1 Texas. NBCSportsCalifornia.com and the NBC Sports app, presented by your NorCal Honda dealers. We are in Arlington, Texas at Globe Life Park. Rangers leading 3-1, bottom of the third inning, as it'll be Odor, Anderson, Beltre. Very long inning for Edwin Jackson last inning. How many pitches did he throw, John? 32. So he would like to have a quick inning. So 18 in the first, 32 in the second for Edwin Jackson.
A lot of discussion on the bench in the A's dugout after the bottom of the second inning, and a caught stealing on a strikeout, which is good. And I'd say it's more than anything just trying to get on the same page. Remember, Josh Fegley did warm up Edwin Jackson in the bullpen. But sometimes when a pitcher leaves, he feels comfortable about a certain pitch.
Two and one now to Odor, who struck out looking in the first inning. 1 of 2 strikeouts for Edwin Jackson.
You know, one thing that taking a lot of time between pitches and trying to get the pitch that you want, put a pitcher out of his rhythm. And as a catcher, you hope that you're putting down the right sign, and that time it was the correct sign of the first one.
Lowry scoops it near second base and throws out Odor, 1 away. So here's Elvis Andrus. All right, last night you were talking about Andrus hitting third. Maybe would he maybe try to hit home runs a little bit more, maybe try to drive the ball a little bit more.
So.
It's interesting. He's been with the Texas Ranger, and he's been their everyday shortstop since 2009. And up until last year, he never hit more than 10 home runs. Had good seasons. But last year, in 158 games, he hit 20 homers, knocked in 88 runs, and had 44 doubles. All career highs. I guess where I'm going is maybe he could be a decent 3-hole hitter.
Yeah. I agree. And you know, he uses the whole field, and what makes him smart is that up until 2 strikes, he may try to cheat and do what he did last night with a grand slam. But 2 strikes as he has now, you just see, well, he did it Monday night on a kind of a hit and run, hit the ball to the right side. He missed 1 pitch. The next pitch was with 2 strikes. He went to right field, ended up being a first and third. Actually, it was last night, because that's the ball that was thrown.
Had 191 hits last year. This year, the stint on the disabled list changed a lot of things for Elvis Andrus. He was hit on the right elbow by a pitch way back on the 11th of April against the Angels. And that put him on the disabled list for a couple of months. Fractured right elbow. He's retired, so a couple of ground ball outs for Edwin Jackson here in the bottom of the third. And here's Beltre.
Andrus signed a long-term contract when he's very young. And really has gotten better.
So Beltre steps up in a line drive to center field, his first at bat. course, Beltre a free agent after this year. The Rangers, as we mentioned their payroll, they're going to have quite a bit of money coming off the books after this season, including Beltre's $18 million contract. Cole Hamels. That's a base hit left center field. Beltre is going to round first. He's going to try for second. Canna gets it in quickly, but the throw a little bit offline, and Beltre has a 2-out double.
Adrian Beltre smoked the ball his first at bat to center field with a runner at second. This one a similar hard shot, but a little bit more into left center. Mark Canna kind of circling around to get the ball back in, and Beltre still not running that great.
So career extra base hits 1,131. Beltre ties Tris Speaker, 5 away from Ty Cobb.
Pretty good list to be on.
That's a good list. That was his 626th double.
Who hit the double in Oakland on April the 5th against Daniel Mengden that set the record for the most hits as a Latin-born player, passing Rod Carew. It's a game that Martin Perez has faced the Athletics, and that was the game back in Oakland, so he got it done fast. And I agree with you, Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Playable in left center field. It'll be Canna, and that'll do it. So Beltre the double. He is stranded, and we are moving to the 4th inning. 3-1 Rangers.
Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
It's a good look at the concourses here at Globe Life Park. They're very old, very run down.
Very small.
I mean, you can see they're really small. They're beat up. Concession stands are in terrible shape. And this place has got to go.
Got to go. Got to go, Ray. They're going to build a new one to 2020. They'll be in there.
Gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, one more year in this dilapidated place. I mean, come on.
Gotta go. Globe Life Park opened in 1994, so in its 25th year, but only one more after this year. We were joking. What is a very nice ballpark.
Sure it is. I mean, it's sad to think what they're going to have to do to it. They'll need parking, and wow, it's going to be interesting.
That one ripped into the seats. You played in the old park, which was right next door, right?
Double A. It was a Double A park when the Washington Senators moved here, as you mentioned, in '72. Splendid Splinter, Ted Williams, the manager.
So, didn't they just keep adding seats to that ballpark to try to get it to?
Yeah, they kept building the outfield, and I remember down the right field line, the wind just blew in so hard. I remember Mike Epstein hated it. He said, "Get me out of here," because every hit a ball, it's like a parachute as it hit the warning track. It goes straight down.
On the infield, and it's going to be Beltre who grabs it right next to Elvis Andrus, and that's out #1. So Matt Olson with a towering pop-up on the infield.
Yeah, he's telling him to get over right there. You can hear, I got it. And last night, Beltre put his glove up when Andrus caught the ball. Elvis Andrus trying to do the same thing.
Kind of an announcer's nightmare, but now we have to guess who's going to catch it.
That's true. Best that I saw in the old park was a line drive hit by an ace player, and the center fielder just went there and clapping his hand.
Really?
20 rows up center field.
Left center, Calhoun. That ball was hit pretty hard. Calhoun gets over there. And the Texas Rangers, I guess you could say, Ray, they were the second version of the Washington Senators.
That's right. Yeah.
And the second version of the Senators in Washington from 1961 to 71, and then they became the Texas Rangers when they moved here to the Dallas area in 1972.
Well, in the backyard here, they have the Dallas Cowboys. They have the Rangers, and all good.
Well, it's really interesting when you think about the 60s, because the original Washington Senators moved to Minnesota.
That's right.
And then the next year, there was a new Washington Senators team. And now the Washington Nationals.
It just seems like certain people say there should always be a team in Washington.
Well, it is the nation's capital.
That's right. And surprisingly, they are what, 1 under 500 starting play tonight, or at least
yeah, they
close.
won. They won.
So they're back to 5.
They're 1 under. They won today.
Okay.
They're 50 and 51. A lot of talent on the Nationals team. They are 7 games back of Philadelphia in the National League East. So there's time, but they need a winning streak. Strike 3 call. Chapman spins around. I think he may have known it. So that is 3 strikeouts for Martin Perez, and we're headed to the bottom of the 4th.
and almost 30 since that memorable Fall Classic. Be part of history again when the boys in blue come north to the Bay for a 2-game series starting Tuesday, August 7th, 7:05. Make sure you grab your tickets for this series at athletics.com/California. That's athletics.com/California. Boys from the south coming north.
That's going to be a base hit for Joey Gallo. Gallo goes after the first pitch. He's got a leadoff single.
8 pitches first at bat, 1 pitch this at bat. Off speed pitch right in the middle of the plate. Fortunately, a hard hit ball on the ground. Steve Rochelle, great third baseman. For the Rangers, now first base coach. He was a bench coach for Jeff Bannister, moved to first. Don Wakamatsu from Bay Area. He's the bench coach for Jeff Bannister.
So here's Chirinos, who had the 3-run homer in the bottom of the second inning. Just checking, Ray, the Dodgers' Rich Hill is going to pitch tomorrow. Clayton Kershaw is going to pitch Friday there in Atlanta. So, off day on Monday. Don't know if we'll see Kershaw or not, but
Nice.
Probably Rich Hill.
Oh, we know what we're going to get from Rich. Assuming his blister is healed, we're going to see a lot of curveballs. Chirinos on a 3-1 fastball from Edwin Jackson, straightaway center field. And it was a no-doubter. 13th for him, 42 runs batted in. Arriba.
So 0-2 to Chirinos with Willie Calhoun waiting in the on-deck circle. And that one just missed, a touch high. So 5 hits now for the Texas Rangers. The A's have 3. So that game this afternoon up in Seattle, the Mariners won 3-2. They got a run in the 8th inning. The Mariners will be off tomorrow, and then they will be in Anaheim to take on the Angels this weekend. That one fouled straight back. So the wild card standings now look like that with that Mariners win. A's are 2 back. 7 ahead of Tampa Bay are the A's. And the Mariners and the Yankees right now holding down the 2 wild card spots. So keep a close eye on that. And of course the division. Mariners and the Astros will play next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in Seattle. So that'll be a big series. Remember, those 2 teams still play each other 13 times this year.
Well, you think about it, for both teams it's very important, because the Rangers know if, the Mariners know if they have success against them, they could really, because it's like 2 games against the Astros every time they play them. The A's also could be benefactors.
Chirinos rolls and foul. The Rockies lead the Astros 1-0, top of the 4th inning in Colorado. Charlie Morton pitching for Houston. John Gray for Colorado. And that is just a short 2-game series. So the Astros will be off tomorrow, just like the Mariners. Astros will host these Texas Rangers over the weekend. A little bit inside. So Astros a lot of road games. They will go home this weekend, but then right after that back out on the road to Seattle, the Dodgers, and a 2-game series in San Francisco. So Houston's in one of those spots in their schedule where they're going to go home for a quick weekend and then right back out onto the road. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Fegley's throw is in time, and they got him. So another strike him out, throw him out double play for the Athletics.
Tell you what, I'm a little surprised because of the number of strikeouts that you talked about, that they continue to run with 3 and 2, and just like with Chu, there's a breaking ball 3 and 2 and a perfect strike thrown by. Did he ever tag him? He got him close enough. I guess he's maybe a thread. Oops. Yep, barely got it. Fegley throws well, and Fegley almost had the hitter fall across the plate enough. It could have been interference. Tag at second base. The throw is there.
He may have got him in the left arm.
But that's the old school throw, beat you, you're out. But now with the challenges, replays and all that, it's a matter of taking a look at it. They did not. Good throw by Fegley, though. That's twice he's thrown well.
Fair ball to Olson. Olson will take it himself, and that will do it for the Rangers. 5th inning coming up. 3-1 Texas.
Sports California is brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
Rangers 3, A's 1, top of the 5th inning. Beautiful sunset here in Dallas, Texas.
Must be Texas with an oil.
First pitch to Mark Canha, top of the 5th, is a little bit inside. Martin Perez struck out 3. He has walked 2. The only run in the game was Matt Olson's 2-out double that scored Simeon in the very first inning.
And a ball that just landed on the foul. Just barely on the chalk.
Good swing by Canha. 1-2 the count. Canna walked in the second inning. Slices that one foul.
I'd like to see Mark Canna show up in Texas with a ski mask. Some of those games early in Oakland when it was cold and he was wearing a ski mask and had a lot of success. Not the place you want to overdress, because it is hot.
A little bit inside.
That's a pitch the A's right-handed hitters really have to be concerned about. Of course, they're 8 in the lineup. A fastball inside. He does throw a slider, but it's mostly fastballs in. Throws a two-seamer, but fastball in again. That's the wiggle of the finger. Usually it's a two-seamer. Wants to come back.
Got him right on the inside corner, and pitch cast looked like it was telling us that it was right there.
MLB At Bat is your #1 athletics app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get A's home screen icons and features such as the MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
Well, in honor of the anniversary of the movie Caddyshack being released, that looks a little bit like Carl Spackler. Of course, the great groundskeeper played by Bill Murray, Carl Spackler.
Actually looks like Bill Miller.
There's only one Carl Spackler. Golfers. Begley hit a fly ball to right field in the second.
Bill Murray played in some good ones, especially down in the AT&T golf tournament where he always drew a crowd.
Yep. Another one foul. Begley wearing out the right side down there where the fans are getting their share of foul balls.
Perfectly, it's almost like what we saw after the 4-day All-Star break when you're catching maybe once a week. Your at-bats are like that, and a lot of opposite field are kind of shading him that way towards right field.
Must be frustrating for a hitter though, Ray. Did you ever have that where maybe you don't feel tired, but you are, and you just can't catch up to a fastball?
Exactly. And
There's nothing you can do.
Really, and it's about timing, and you don't want to start load up too quickly and start, because then they throw you off-speed pitches and you screw yourself in the ground.
Beltre has the ball bounce up in the air, then fires to first, and they just got Begley. Beltre ranging to his left, and he stayed with it when the ball popped up in the air, and that's the second out.
Well, the only one thing that helped him was right there where it stayed in the air. He caught it, threw it quickly, and a nice stretch by his first baseman Profar as Begley hit the bag. Stumbled a little bit after he hit it.
Five-time Gold Glove winner. He still has a pretty strong arm when he needs it. Now, it's nothing like Matt Chapman, but nobody has an arm like that. When he needs it, he can still get rid of it quickly with something on it, and you saw that right there.
It's almost like, think of a third baseman named Brooks Robinson with a great hands, quick release. And Omar Vizquel, when he played short, just seemed like he got the ball right to first base, one step in front of the base runner. Matt Chapman, totally different.
Swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour from Martin Perez. Most games played at third base in Major League Baseball history. There's your man, Ray. Brooks Robinson. And Beltre's not that far behind. Over 130, give or take a few behind. Nettles, Gaetti, Boggs, Schmidt, our good friend Buddy Bell.
Buddy Bell, former Ranger for many years at third base. Greg Nettles, Indians teammate, went to the Yankees.
And that's a base hit to center field. Marcus Semien has his second hit as he makes an aggressive turn.
That's a 2-strike changeup, and good swing, good staying back by Marcus Semien. Perez probably didn't like the location of the changeup. Actually, a curveball. Regardless, the pitch was up, and he took it up the middle the way you're supposed to.
So 5 hits in the series for Marcus Semien.
Still just a 2-run game.
Yeah. So you don't think the A's are worried about being behind?
Well, you know, to be honest, I think every game they are behind, they're concerned because they just wonder, can the magic continue? I mean,
absolutely,
those are tremendous numbers, but I don't think anybody wants to play from behind all the time because you're going to run up against some pretty good pitchers. But
yeah, the reality is when you're sitting in the dugout last night and the score is 10-2, and you're you're not happy about it.
No.
And you can't tell me that, as great as these guys have been, that they're saying we're fine.
Yeah,
we're fine. Yeah. No, but you know what? They grind at bats,
yeah,
and they don't
exactly.
they don't lose patience. And then all of a sudden it's 10-5, and then it's 10-7.
But you know, there are games that it's few and far between. Really, when you're down 8 runs with 3 at bats to go,
you're going to lose almost all the time.
Exactly. Like in the Rangers case, 401
almost
times. 401 times they're going to win it.
You're going to lose probably
right.
99.9% of the time.
Because 8 runs with 3 at bats remaining, it's really
very difficult.
It is. I mean, you just those games, and that's why the beautiful thing about baseball is that it's a non-clock game.
Yeah.
It's an out game.
You have to reach a number.
Exactly.
27 outs.
I mean, the other sports, you can somehow stall and take time off the clock. This guy's been outstanding for me. 2 innings Sunday, 2 innings last night, and just it's been great. And for Bob Melvin to be able to have him, Trinan, Trevino, Petit, and a whole bunch of guys down in the bullpen, and you know, there's none down there that are not good. They're all good.
.80 pitches for Martin Perez, and with that Rangers bullpen taking a beating last night in 5 innings of work, that group may be a little tired down there. And that one a little bit high.
Well, Beeman Dirks on Saturday night, the mop-up guy, threw 87 pitches in 4 innings. He had Sunday off, Monday, came back in last night because they had nobody left. He threw that high changeup to KD, and he had a home run. So it's kind of tough.
Yeah, he doesn't even have spikes on. Oh yeah, he does.
Well, the good news is still on the roster because you know Terry Francona was very open about that situation as an opposing manager.
And that's going to be a base hit to center field. Well, Marcus Semien, 3-2, 2 outs. He's running on the pitch, and he ends up at third base.
As he did in the first inning with the fly ball to right field. Chad Pender waited, inside out swing as they try to go inside and just fought the ball off. A very strong young man, and not surprised to see him do this with a solid base hit to center field. Marcus made sure the pitch went to the plate, and once he saw it into center field, able to go to third easily. Tochi, no chance, going to throw the ball back into second. To your point about the pitch count, bullpen starting to move around a little bit for the Rangers, but you know, here he is in the 5th inning with 2 outs at 82 pitches. And for a guy who spent a lot of time on the DL on his 8th start coming back, don't figure they're going to really have him throw a lot of pitches.
So here's Lowry, the guy you want to have up. 2 outs and runners in scoring position this year, a .387 batting average, 5th best in the American League.
He jumped on a first pitch fastball his first at bat, or his second at bat, which was a 2-out base hit. Probably changes everything in this at bat.
And that one misses inside.
See, hitters are smart enough to know that a pitcher might do one thing with nobody on base and totally different way of pitching with a runner in scoring position. That's why Guys who have the big hits with runners in scoring position are your really great hitters. They can drive in runs.
Missed outside. And now it's 2-0. Well, they're moving around out in that bullpen, but nobody's throwing. Pitch is call the ball.
Well, you watch Torinos, the catcher. He does this quite often. Watch how he catches the ball. Look where he brings it up. Down, up. And you know, as a catcher, you're hoping the umpire is going to watch you instead of watching the ball. Fortunately for the A's, Lance Barksdale, the veteran, watched the ball. Swung 3-0 in the first inning with a runner at third base. Pulled the ball foul. Ended up walking.
And that's a strike. So now it's 3-1. 94 miles an hour from Martin Perez. "27 pitches in this inning. And he had a chance to have a 3-up, 3-down inning. 2-out singles by Simeon and Pinder. And it's low, and he walked it. And now the bases are loaded.
Last 5 at bats for Chris Davis. He has had 4 unproductive at bats and 1 real productive. And here's the real one that we like to think about and hope to see again now. This was in the 10th inning last night with a couple of runners on base. The changeup was high and the changeup was gone. 4th home run of the game for the Athletics. First time the A's with 4 home runs in 3 consecutive games, and that was number 4. That was the game winner.
Fun numbers here. This is Chris Davis' home run totals against the AL West since he came to the A's for the 2016 season. He's got 22 home runs in 48 games against the Rangers, 17 in 42 against the Mariners, 12 against the Angels, 11 against the Astros. So he has feasted on the Rangers, and he's got a chance to do major damage here with the bases loaded.
He got a 3-2 changeup his last at bat with a runner at first, and of course with the runner at first, as talked about, you know, the chance that he hits a home run, the game's tied. Well, something that you can put in the back of your mind. See the career against the Rangers. 12 here in 25 games. 12 home runs. Road drive. Team Perez is going to pitch out of the windup.
First pitch to Davis, misses high.
Well, you have to figure that for Perez, if he can get through this inning, it's going to be his last. And you have to also wonder, with the pitch count rising close to 100, what kind of quality pitches he's going to throw.
This one is driven to right, but Gallo's there. So Davis hit it right on the nose. But nothing to show for it as the A's leave them loaded. 3-1, bottom of the 5th coming up. Want to get live stats on your TV? Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. That looks good. Throw a couple sausages on there.
It's good sound too. Listen to that. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Chop up another piece of beef for him.
Speaking of sound.
Nothing staged here. It's all natural. All right, bottom of the 5th inning, 3-1. The Rangers leading the Aids. It'll be Tochi, Chu, and Odor against Edwin Jackson. He's sitting on 77 pitches.
Yeah, I think if Jackson had not been pitching, Chris Davis's line drive would have been a gapper. Just something about lack of run production for Edwin Jackson. Just unfortunately for him, he's been on the short end of run production. So good that he's pitching into the bottom of the 5th inning. And has really settled down.
Yeah, he really has not had a bad start.
No, it's not. And really, it seemed like in the 2nd inning when he walked 2 before Chirino's home run, there was a lot of confusion on the pitches he's going to throw. It's a total of 7 run support. 6 starts this season. You look at 6 and 5 because this is start number 6 for him. But I don't think he'd be disappointed if he leaves training and his team comes back and wins. Doesn't matter as long as they get the W. Being the team player that he is.
Edwin Jackson, originally a 6th round draft pick of the Dodgers way back in 2001. And that's going to be a base hit. Tochi drops one into left field. So Tochi, a couple of hits last night, and he's got his first hit tonight, a leadoff single.
Edwin Jackson with a hanging breaking ball or something soft because it stayed up, and Tochi with a couple of strikes. So another hit with 2 strikes for a player against. I mean, that's an impressive number, 2 for 50. Coming in to
Finish him off.
Yeah. So he had been doing it tonight, unfortunately, because the home run was on a 3-1 fastball.
So now top of the order, and Chu, who has grounded out and struck out. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch from Jackson. Yusmeiro Petit. Petit has not pitched in this series, so Bob Melvin actually has a couple key relievers that have not pitched in this series, Ray. Petit and Trevino.
Absolutely.
So that's a big deal.
Trevino last pitched on Sunday in Oakland, and not a lot of pitches.
And even Blake Trinan, who pitched and got the save last night, he only threw 15 pitches. There was no stress in his inning. So, you know, you can make a pretty strong point that he's got Petit, Trevino, Trinan, and they're all fine.
Exactly.
Buchter pitched last night, but Buchter threw a lot of pitches last night. Pagan pitched in game 1, so Pagan is fine. So that is something to keep an eye on as we head into the later innings if the A's were to tie this thing up or even take the lead. Here's the shift for Chu, wide open on the left side.
Even with Duncan last night, he did give up the grand slam, but after that slam, just 1 walk for the remainder of the game for the entire bullpen. So they all did a great job.
And that one bounces way out in front of Fegley. He does a pretty good job of blocking it, but Tochi read it and he takes off for second base. That was kind of a do the best you can if you're Josh Fegley.
Well, he got it off his chest, which was a good idea, a good job. But at that point, once it hit the dirt, hit the chest protector, Tochi was off with his speed, easily getting to second base.
So 1-2 the count to Chu with Odor waiting in the on deck circle. Outfield shifted toward left center for Chu. And he takes just a little bit low. Chu in this series is 1 for 7. He walked a couple of times.
Amazingly, looking at the shift, we saw the numbers, but for Chu, who hit a ball to the shortstop, which is Simeon, playing over in the second base spot, got a huge hole on the left side of the infield.
Man, he chases a pitch down and in, and Jackson gets the strikeout. So Chu chased a bad ball.
And not only a bad ball, but a pitch that normally, if the pitch is up, he can pull it and advance the runner. But excellent breaking pitch, hard thrown by Edwin Jackson. Good block again by Fegley, making sure that the runner did not advance. And you know, with that shift, Kai, to look at it, watch Chapman at third base. He cannot really, he's got to play somewhat close to third base. Tochi runs well, good speed, so he cannot give up too much and go into the overshift.
Odor has struck out and he has grounded out. And Odor chases a ball in the dirt. 2 for 10 in the series for the Rangers second baseman. Sitting on a 6-game hitting streak. 11 hits and 26 at bats during that streak. And a swing and a miss, but that one pops off Fegley's glove, and now Tochi's going to go to third.
Well, that should be a pass ball, unfortunately, but regardless of what it is, it's a run at third base and 1 out. And now Jackson needs to try to get the strikeout that he got with Chu.
Pass ball. So the infield now has to come in, so that changes the dynamic of this at bat by quite a bit.
Always the problem in something like this is that bloop with the infield's back, it's going to be caught, but so much space between infield and outfield. Totally different now.
So 1-2 to Odor.
We talked before about Matt Chapman, who plays normally deep with the infield playing in, and he's playing a couple of steps back. We've seen him deeper than this, but where he is playing now, you have speed at third, speed at the plate, so it's a little bit different for him. Even though he has a very strong arm, but he has to be prepared if Tochi goes on contact and his ball hit to him to be prepared to throw to the plate.
And it's high, and now it's 2-2 with Elvis Andrus waiting in the on-deck circle. Jackson right at 90 pitches. And Odor singles to right. Tochi's going to trot home to score. So the infield in, that raises the hitter's batting average quite a bit, and Odor rips a single into right. So 4-1 Rangers.
Melvin, perhaps he's going to make a pitching change, but to your point, Kai, he hits this ball where the overshift was. And with the runner at second base, he's out. But see the shift, now everybody comes in. But remember, Simeon was playing in the outfield with 3 on the right side. That ball could have been caught.
So Edwin Jackson is done after 4 1/3 when it's time for change. Think speedy.
California is brought to you by California's Great America. It's amazing at California's Great America, with roller coasters and water slides, all for one price.
So the Rangers have added a run, still batting here in the bottom of the fifth, 4-1. And the new pitcher is Yusmeiro Petit. So Petit's first appearance in this series as he takes over for Edwin Jackson. 91 pitches, the final total for Jackson. So 7 hits and 4 runs allowed. So here's Elvis Andrus. So with Petit not having pitched in this series until right now, runner goes and the ball sliced foul. Remember Bob Melvin would like to get a couple innings out of it.
Yes, exactly. Finish this and maybe even the 6th and 7th, depending how the things work out. That was a hit and run put on by the Rangers with Petit making his 48th appearance. He's won 5. 5-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is pretty impressive. And Jackson not happy with his performance, and there just seemed to be a lot of confusion tonight as far as the pitch. Not a lot of smoothness in getting the sign, throwing, and being comfortable with everything that he's going to throw. And I think anytime a pitcher has to shake off as much as it seemed tonight with Jackson, there sometimes has to be in that mindset, well, is this the pitch I really want to throw? This is what, you know, and it's nice to be on the same page. It does not seem like tonight was the night.
Runner goes again, and ball pops out of Fegley's glove. Odor will have a stolen base. I don't know if that was a hit and run or not, but the pitch was up and in on Andrus, and he could not get a swing off.
Well, it's taken off again, and almost like he was leaning, looking back, which means it's a hit and run. And actually not a bad pitch to throw for Fegley, even though Odor got a pretty good jump. But the ball hit in the middle of the pocket of the catcher's mitt and popped out.
So Odor now at second base with the stolen base. And that went inside as well. Andrus a double in the first and then a ground out in the third. So he is 4 for 9 in the series. Pickoff with Lowry sneaking in. You could see Lowry show Petit that right hand. Once Petit sees the right hand, well, that means the play is on. Let's go. Let's try to pick him off. That's been a pretty basic play for about 100 years.
Yep, exactly.
And there it is again. And Odor dives back.
Well, not a bad idea to try to at least make a couple pickoff throws and right hand go and try to shorten the lead by Odor at second base. That's reason for a couple of pickoff attempts. If he shorts it up by a step, might be just enough for an outfielder to throw him out at the plate if he does get an opportunity to score.
Odor has a huge lead. And that one is sliced to right. Piscotty hustling over, and he's going to get there, and he makes the catch. Odor, like he had a pretty good idea that Piscotty was going to get to it, so he tagged up and he goes to third.
Piscotty with good range, ball slicing away from him, and you're right, Odor going back to the bag. I mean, if you're going to go back to bag, you better be 100% sure that he's going to catch the ball. Otherwise, you're going back that far and the ball is hit that hard, it may come back off the wall and might not be able to score. But turned out to be a good play for him.
Yeah, I guess in order of importance, if you're Odor, is if that ball is not caught, you have to score.
Absolutely.
Second, if the ball is caught, get to third.
Yeah.
But those two things don't always work that well together.
No, you're right. And we have seen times when guys have gone back to back and ball is dropped and not been able to score. And that's the rule of thumb. Nobody out, you go back and tag. With one out, you go halfway in the event the ball drops. And
that's going to be a base hit into right center field. Odor will trot home to score, and now it's 5-1 Rangers as Adrian Beltre sounded like he may have broke his bat, but he drops it into right center field for the RBI hit.
And it was off the end of the bat. But just enough. An off-speed pitch backing up.
So the Rangers have scored twice here in the bottom of the 5th.
Edwin Jackson's line's finished, unfortunately, because it's not been a great one.
5 runs charged to Jackson. And here's Profar. Profar has walked and scored and hit a fly ball to center field. He had a mighty swing and he fouls it straight back. Astros still leading the Rockies 2-1, top of the 6th inning in Colorado. We will be there Friday night, Coors Field. Not so hitter friendly tonight with that 2-1 score. Good pitch there by Yusmeiro Petit. I think the myth about Coors Field is the ball just sails out of the ballpark, and it does carry a little bit more. I think the bigger thing there is it's such a huge outfield, and the outfielders play deep. There's so much room between the infield and the outfielders.
Exactly. Just like what we're talking about with the infield playing in.
Exactly.
It's the way it's like you're playing every at bat, even with the infield back.
The amount of space between infielder and outfielder is huge, and you see a lot of balls fall in when you're at Coors Field, and we'll see that this weekend. Matt Chapman is there, and Matt Chapman squeezes it, side retired. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Rangers. We're headed to the 6th inning. 5-1 Texas. It could have been at the amusement park all day. And they're going doubleheader, amusement park to the ballpark to see the ball game. What do you think?
I think it's a great call. I think what a great life. You know, I mean, seriously, you look at the youthfulness in those kids and just saying, man, we look at our lives all ahead of us, man. You know, That's great.
So work to do for the A's. They've done it before. Top of the 6th, trailing 5-1. Olsen, Piscotty, and Chapman, and Martin Perez staying out there.
Yeah. Give him credit. A couple runs maybe helped him stay in the game. Happened with Brett Anderson on Monday night with Piscotty's 2-run home run.
So 1-1 the count to Olsen, who has doubled in a run and popped out to third.
Mentioned about the injuries to Martin Perez as we look at the time, 9:16 local time with 92 degrees. Really cooling down once it hit 9 o'clock.
Pop up, Beltre over by the seats, and it's into the seats.
Check it out, our guy with a hat, the wool hat.
Is he down there?
Oh yeah. Beltre, one of us said, "What are you wearing, man?" There he is. Ricky Field on the back. Oh man, he's got it all. Stopper would be proud. But Perez has a ranch in Venezuela. Remember this winter, Kike, when he kind of took on a bull?
I believe I do remember.
Yeah, hurt his non-throwing elbow, and well, different stories about what happened. I wouldn't mess around with the bull.
No. Profar handles a very tough hop and trots to the bag, 1 out. So Profar said, all right, I'm going to wrestle with this one.
Maybe it's not a bull, but it's a hard hit ball. But you know, it's always amazing to see these hard hit balls, watch him come up.
So Alex Claudio, the left-hander, starts to throw as Jeff Bannister just trying to get Perez through 6 innings. Martin Perez, he had surgery in December on the right elbow. There's Chris Hatcher starting to throw.
Well, one story was it was kind of sitting on the railing of the bull crown and got startled and fell off and fell on his elbow. But you never know.
Well, there's a reason why the bull is left alone on the farm. He has his own place to sit.
Thank you very much.
It's a good life if you're a bull.
Yeah.
But they are left alone.
I played in Venezuela and I saw some bulls, and I did not want to mess with them.
Tapped over the mound, and it's going to be Odor. Got him. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Bob Norman's going to wait a second, take a look at it.
Ted Barrett is the first base umpire, and just from the naked eye, he looks safe. But we are a long ways away.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at it. Bob Melvin put his hands up to his ears and check the right foot. It's got to be back in the back of the first baseman's mitt. The right foot of Piscotty.
He looked safe.
Great play by Odor cutting in front. It's going to be bare hand by either one, and happened to be Odor cutting in front of Andrus and threw it across his body. Danley getting some extra seeds. Ted Barrett.
I guess, I mean, that really was a terrific play by Odor, but wouldn't it still be better if Andrus fields it?
Yeah, because he was going that direction. And the fact that he was ready to throw or catch and throw if he had barehanded it like Odor did, but Odor had to throw across his body, made it a closer play. And the heel, it's just, you just hope it's not definitive enough to overturn it, because the play on the field is out.
And the call is safe.
Wow.
So Scotty gets a hit, and his call is overturned.
Nice going, Adam Roden. And skipper hearing from Adam Roden. Didn't take that long. Ryan Christensen on the phone to Adam Roden up in the clubhouse. And a lot of different angles and slow-mos that Adam Roden has. It took 30 seconds to make the decision. Good play nonetheless, but fortunately for the A's, it's a base hit.
And maybe the start of something as Chapman steps up. Grounded in the hole, and that's a base hit to left field. So Matt Chapman has his first hit, and the A's now have 9 hits in the game. I stand corrected.
First pitch hitting, and down the middle, not particularly great pitch by Perez, but found the hole between third and short.
He's had 7 hits in the game. The runners in scoring position tonight, so the A's need to improve on that. If they do, they'll get themselves back in the game. So Mark Canha, a walk and a strikeout. OPS leaders against left-handed pitching this year. Mark Canha is 4th.
Helps when you have 11 home runs against the lefties.
One snaps in there for a strike right on the outside corner. .102 pitches for Martin Perez. His season high was his last start, 105 pitches. He did that in 5 1/3 innings. Now he jumps ahead of Canha 1 and 2.
You know, Cap, this could be a matter of Jeff Bannister and Doug Brocail saying, you know, our bullpen has been worn out. See what we can get out of our starter. He's going to get some time off between starts and just see how far he can go. And Perez has been good. There's Doug Brocail.
Well, he has pitched in and out of traffic the whole game. Foul back. And the A's had a run on 2 hits and a walk in the first inning. They had a base runner in the second. And a base runner in the third, left them loaded in the 5th, and 2 more base runners here in the 6th. Check swing, and Canha did not go. Well, the A's can make a pitcher work, can't they, Ray?
They can, and it's really, I mean, you think about, this is the 6th inning with 1 out, 105 pitches, and you know, I thought last inning, considering coming off the disabled list, might be it, but maybe the staff of the Rangers trying to get as much as they can out of the starter.
Canha lines one, but it's going to be foul out in front just a little bit.
You can do anything you want to do.
He's making him wait for it.
It's a big man.
So pitch number 107 coming up from Martin Perez on a very hot night in Arlington. Here it is. It's bounced towards second. Odor has it right near the bag, and that's a double play. So Odor fielded it, took care of it by himself around second base, fired it to first, and that's a 4-3 double play. Bottom of the 6th coming up.
to the playoffs. Join us as we celebrate the return of the streak team on Saturday, August the 18th. That's against the Astros at 105. First 15,000 fans will receive a streak team t-shirt. It's presented by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Have your 50th anniversary memory. For tickets, visit and head to athletics.com.
So 5-1 Rangers lead. It is the bottom of the 6th inning. And the new pitcher is Chris Hatcher. And it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake expert. So Hatcher comes in. He pitched on Monday night. Pitched an inning. Hayes won on Monday night 15-3. Won last night 13-10. 3-2 with a 4.55 ERA for Hatcher, the veteran right-hander.
Hatcher was the winning pitcher for the first 2 games the A's won this season. Goes back a long time, back in April. Had to walk off on opening day.
Good night for Joey Gallo. A walk and a run scored in the 2nd, and then a single in the 4th. Astros still leading the Rockies 2-1. Bottom of the 6th inning. A whole bunch of day games around the big leagues today.
Called getaway day games.
Big time. I mean, outside of a Sunday,
That's right.
this is the most I've seen in a long time.
That's
Even
right.
on Saturday. Angels are just underway. They lead the White Sox 1-0 in the 2nd inning down Anaheim. So those 2 games and this one going on, but everything else is done. Cubs won today. Brewers lost, so that's now a 2.5 game lead for the Cubs in the National League Central. So that has a chance to be a good race going forward. See where the Red Sox and the Orioles were rained out. East Coast getting hit a little bit with some rain. A mighty swing and a miss. So Gallo strikes out. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hatcher, good job staying away from Gallo, which is always important. And there was a nice split away from the powerful left-hander. Took enough off the pitch. Hatcher said that when he was a catcher, became a pitcher, they gave him a softball and said, split your fingers. Let's go with a splitter. That's how you do it. A softball, bigger than a baseball. And he said, I guess you want me to throw a splitter.
Yep.
If you're a pitcher, a catcher, you become a pitcher, and you appreciate the art of catching and what it takes.
Dave Stewart was a catcher, right?
Yes, it was, yeah. Jerry Steinbach was a third baseman.
And that one into the glove of Lowry, who was playing right behind second base. So Chirino is retired. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Well, somebody finally beat the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that was the Cleveland Indians.
You know, they were also mentioned as a possible. They won a Keone.
Yeah, the Pirates.
The Pirates did, yeah. Pirates.
Bring that score up because the Pirates were sitting on an 11-game winning streak that they lost today.
So that means the A's and the Indians streak of 20 and 22 are safe.
Yeah, we're good.
That's why I like that the then streak, which Indians had it last year, surpassing the A's. But I think they expected to go a lot farther than they did. Game 5 of the division series. Of course, the A's as well in 2002.
Indians this year, with their win today, they have a 7.5 game lead over the Twins in the Central. So they're tuning up is what they're doing.
Well, and you're right. They get Hand and Simbra for their bullpen, and they're going to get Andrew Miller. I would assume he's coming back eventually. Cody Allen, the closer. Dan Otero. They've got some.
And I think the thing with the Indians, and obviously Hand is going to help, so I think Simbra will help a lot. And then you go Miller and Allen. Now you I think probably straightened out your bullpen. But they have a couple starting pitchers that can go deep into games. Of course, Kluber and Bauer this year has done a nice job doing that. And I guess so do the Red Sox. I think the American League playoffs is going to be fascinating. And let's hope the A's are part of it.
That's right. That's why these last 2 months are important. The A's on this 25th day of July. Of course, back at the Coliseum on Monday. And the point I think is great with so many home games in the month of August. That could be a true great month for the A's playing at the Coliseum.
5 of the 6 best records in all of baseball are in the American League. Cubs have the best record in the National League. Two the count to Willie Calhoun. And that one's high, and now the count is full.
Yep, I think that's why managers always talk about in April. You know, of course, you want to get off to a good start. They said you never want to burn a pitcher, especially a reliever, in April and May, and not have him available in August and September. You know, and that takes managing and a pitching coach and knowing how many pitches a pitcher throws. And even though the bullpen of the A's has been great, I think, as we've discussed, you need to have starters go deeper in the game. Otherwise, you're going to wear them out in the last couple of months.
And a swing and a miss. So that's a good inning for Hatcher. 3 up, 3 down, and we are moving to the 7th from Arlington. 5-1 Rangers.
To you by the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
Beautiful look at downtown Dallas. Ever been to Dealey Plaza?
That's a big one, isn't it?
Awesome. Man, oh man, you walk around there and it gets real quiet. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Corey Guerin comes in. He pitched last night. He threw 15 pitches, and he was the only reliever who actually did okay. Guerin pitched the 6th inning. He walked 1, struck out 2, no hits and no runs.
Struck out the first 2, did walk a batter. Took an hour and a half for him to throw the 1 inning, but there are the numbers for Martin Perez. 6 innings, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Season high 107 pitches. But for Martin Perez and Jeff Bannister, his manager, giving him 6 innings. Had to be happy, especially after just the 1 run in the first inning.
So it's Fegley, Semien, and Pinder. 3 right-handed hitters, and I guess that's sort of Guerin's specialty, better against right-handers than left-handers. Slider away, and now it's 2-0. Josh Fegley has hit a fly ball to right field, and he has grounded to third. .91 miles an hour. Guerin really slings it. Sweet outfit. So that gentleman stood in front of the mirror and went, yep. This is what I'm going with. 99 degrees. That snowman on there?
All I know.
He lost the bet. Full count now to Fegley. It's about time for the A's to get rolling here.
Yes, it is. Yes, just, yep.
It is the 7th inning. Last night they scored 3 in the 7th. Fegley's got himself a base hit. Maybe the start of something again. Best OPS, that's on base percentage and slugging percentage combined in the major leagues after the 5th inning. The A's are well in front of everybody, and that's in the majors. So look at the A's OPS through the first 5 innings. 690.
Unbelievable.
So it goes from 690 to 814 when the 6th inning comes around.
And you could also probably add to that the ERA of the bullpen from the 7th through the 9th.
Exactly.
It's a great combination to have to be able to score runs and to shut down the opposition. So the A's will try to do the same tonight. Martin Perez, a good job for 6 innings, making sure the A's did not do any damage.
Short lead for Fegley. In the air to right, but playable for Gallo, and Joey Gallo grabs it. So that is out number 1 here in the 7th inning. So Marcus Semien now 2 for 4. And we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Nick Martini. He's going to hit for Pinder.
Well, he hit last night, had a great night. Matter of fact, pinch hitting for Pinder, ended up with 3 at bats, a couple of hits with a hit batter. So he drove in a couple with a couple of hits. And he was hit by Diekman, who stayed in the game to face him.
And for Guerin, Ray, left-handed hitters 281 against him. Right-handed hitters 217. So that's part of this move as well. So Martini steps in. First pitch is in for a strike, 92 miles an hour.
You know, the way they're shading him in the outfield, I'm not surprised. Of course, last night the 2 hits he got were to left field. Look where the left fielder is playing. Calhoun. I mean, he's way over, and
looks like where the Astros play.
Exactly. and you know, the fact that Martini waits a long time, so now they're going to go outside.
He pulled off that one, and the count 0-2. Jed Lowry waits in the on-deck circle. Chirinos wants it down, and it was, but out of the strike zone. Nobody is warming up in the Rangers bullpen. And strike 3 called. Catches the inside corner.
It was up, but they had some tailing action to it, and watch the ball come back, and they wanted it up. It was up in the upper part of the strike zone. Martini did not think so. Throw your hands up like that, you're already committed to not doing anything except hoping that it's caught a ball. A lot of movement on the pitch. Normally you'd like to see that pitch down, but he's had success with it up in the zone.
So Lowry hits for the 4th time. He's walked twice and singled, so he has yet to make an out in this game. And the first pitch is just a touch outside. So Lowry's batting average now sitting at .282. He's got 107 hits on the year. So Buchter and Pagan warming up. Foul back. So 1-1 to Lowry. I'd like to see Lowry get aboard, get Chris Davis in at bat. Fastball away. Game slows down a little bit when Corey Guerin comes in. Missed again, and now it's 3-1.
Got a clock on him?
Yep.
What are we looking at?
Well, we're at 15 seconds right now.
Speeding it up.
And Lowry takes outside. He walked him. So now the A's have 2 on, 2 out. With the big fella coming up. Chris Davis quiet so far tonight, a couple of strikeouts and a line out to right field. He came up with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 5th inning, and he hit that Line drive toward right field. Chris Davis swings and misses. Davis batting average now sitting at 249.
Can Garrett make a mistake?
Yep.
That's what Chris Davis is looking for, a mistake maybe up that he can drive somewhere.
And he does. Center field. Tochi back, and that baby's gone. 5-4.
Incredible, isn't it? I mean, really, it's incredible. If you think about Chris Davis, his first 2 at-bats, struck out, 3rd at-bat, bases loaded, line drive. This time, he does get a pitch, and when he gets elevated, it's gone. And straightaway center, and it's a 1-run game. There it is, hanging slider. The worst pitch he could throw, he just threw one outside. He hangs one in the middle, and Chris Davis unloads. His last 2 home runs have been 3-run shots, 1 to win a game, and this one tonight to put the A's to within 1. In fact, we go back to opening day. He had a 3-run home run. Matt Olson hit a solo. The game was tied against Garrett Richards. So there's your 3-run home run partner that you always talk about, how can get you back in the game, and that did big time.
So here's Matt Olson. That's home run number 26 for Davis. He now has 75 RBIs, and it's 5-4.
Jed Lowry walked in front of him.
Yep.
Just like he did last night.
Fouled off of Chirinos, and it got Chirinos pretty good.
Straightaway center field StatCast on a pitch that was a foul ball. We'll show you StatCast in a moment. As
yeah, they're looking at Chirinos.
At Chirinos, yeah, that's what we're looking at StatCast. But Chris Davis, that's the hockey style helmet mask. All combo. Boom, boom. Off the top of the mask, getting help from the home plate umpire, down on one knee and just right above the glove and off the top of the helmet. And now we'll show you the StatCast on Chris Davis on this hanging slider, and there she goes. 107 off the bat, 29, 426 feet straightaway center. Kids go after this time. The Rays boy got it with the hat. Yeah,
he hung in there.
Yeah, he got that one.
94 road home runs now for the A's. That amazing number continues. So 1-1 the count. So Ray, the A's have a chance to break the all-time record for road home runs. They are on pace to break it. The record is 138 road home runs by the Giants in 2001. And the A's are on pace for 139, a major league record. Going to Coors Field. Olson popped it up. Chirinos is going to watch it drop just a couple rows out of his reach.
Boy, how great is it sometimes? We love the Coliseum, but when you see balls that just go into the seats and know they're outs, that's why pitchers love the Coliseum. Olson gets another swing. Would it be enough to hit it in the seats in right field to tie the game? Sometimes that's all you need.
1-2 pitch is high. So 25 pitches for Guerin.
After you point a leadoff base hit, then he gets a fly ball, then he gets a strikeout, and a walk and a 3-run home run. Just that quickly, the A's make it a 1-run game.
Missed again. So the count is full. So Alex Claudio is up. But the left-handed hitting Olsen is standing in the box. And he got him swinging. So Chris Davis does it again, a 3-run shot. And the A's are now trailing 5-4 as we have reached the 7th inning stretch. Listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com. So now it's 5-4, bottom of the 7th inning. Plenty of time for the A's to finish off another comeback. It was 5-1. So bottom of the 7th inning. Hatcher had a very good 6th inning, so he stays out there for the 7th. And the first pitch to Carlos Tocci is in for a strike.
Well, we talked about what the bullpen did last night, and that was after the grand slam. Well, tonight trying to do the same thing. The RBI single by Beltre gave him a 5-2 lead or 5-1 lead, but since that time, the out and then 3 consecutive outs by Chris Hatcher.
Tocci has reached on a fielder's choice, and then he singled and scored in the 5th. Just got a piece of that one. Pitch was well out of the strike zone. Nick Martini stays in the game in left field. Pitches in the dirt. Well, last night the Texas Rangers got 0 hits in the last 4 innings.
Right.
Could that happen again tonight?
Yeah, it's a good point. The last hit was the grand slam by
That's right.
Elvis Andrus, and then Delco walked the batter. That was it. Between Familia and Trinan. Like I said, Trevino available tonight. Trinan probably available. A's would like to. I mean, they could tie the game and still see maybe Trevino come in to try to hold it at that. Hatcher needs to get through this 7th inning.
Tochi lays off that one to even the count at 2-2. Chu to follow, and then Odor. So after Tochi, a couple of left-handed hitters. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts for Hatcher.
Fans, the Summer Suite Special continues to be the easiest way to get a group of between 18 and 24 people to the ballpark for a fun and affordable night. Lock in food and drink package with parking and a jersey giveaway, all for one low price. Learn more about the Summer Suite Special. Athletics.com/summer. That's athletics.com/summer.
So good job by Hatcher. He leaves. He retires all 4 hitters that he faces. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. So 5-4 Rangers lead, bottom of the 7th inning. So with the 2 lefties coming up, Ryan Buchter comes in. And he'll face Chu and then Odor. Buchter trying to bounce back from a tough outing last night. And we'll see if he can do that. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned runs. And he gave up a home run to Gallo. You won't see a line like that very often for Buchter.
Yep.
There's that good fastball. Chu is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He's 1 for 8 in the series. Chapman playing in at the shortstop spot. See the 3 infielders on the right side. And now 2-2. The Rockies have tied up the Astros. It's 2-2. With the Rockies still batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. That was a tight game last night as well until the Astros. Well, they scored 6. Was that extra innings?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they scored 6 in the 10th.
Yep.
Yeah, the Astros won the game 8-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Chu strikes out for the 3rd time.
Fastball supposed to be inside, overthrew it just a little bit. Great job of catching the ball by Josh Fegley. Keep it in the strike zone. guess we didn't think so. That's Parksdale deal.
Alex Claudio is the left-hander warming up out in the Rangers bullpen, so it looks like he will come in for the 8th inning. Here's Odor. Odor against left-handed pitching this year. Very good. 291. 244 against right-handed pitching. So he's actually better going lefty on lefty. Chapman may have a play. Getting close to the railing, and he's not going to be able to get it. So the count 1-1 to Odor. Thing is, if you're a left-handed hitter and it's the 7th or 8th inning of a tight game, you're going to probably face a tough left-handed reliever.
Right, exactly right.
Almost every time.
A specialist, exactly.
And there's a lot of tough lefties out there. Buchter's one of them. A little bit high. Missed by much.
On the high strike with Garrett on the mound. About the same height. Last night, Buchter made it be known to Ben May that he was not happy with his strike zone.
So Odor steps back in. 2-1 the count. And that one just missed off the plate. And now it's 3-1. Pitchcast said that was not a strike. And it's up and in, and Odor walks. So 2-out base runner for the Rangers. And now Buchter's going to face the right-handed hitting Elvis Andrus. Andrus has doubled, grounded out, and hit a fly ball to right field. He's 1 for 3. Pagan is ready. He's warmed up a couple of times tonight.
Usually somebody gets up in the bullpen, they call Marcus Jensen and say whoever's up, whoever it might be, has so-and-so. And that's kind of the plan. So it could have changed, and Buchter's got a good fastball. And it's a question of locating the pitch against who now has become a pretty good power hitter.
Good first pitch strike on the outside corner. Keep an eye on Odor. He already has a stolen base in this game. He's got 9 on the year. He's also been thrown out quite a bit. He's been thrown out 6 times, so 9 for 15.
The left-handed pitcher always that questionable move.
And they're going to get him. Simeon picks it up, doesn't have anybody to throw it to, and Odor ends up at second base.
That was a high throw. Got it picked off, but a high throw to Simeon, and as a result, Simeon had to try to reach down, and as with the pickoff. Smart thing that Odor did was kept running. Started to go back, then Olsen, see, threw a high, and that's where Simeon had to reach up and try to get it. And then, you're right, nobody at the bag at second. But, you know, the old saying goes, you try to get rid of it as quickly going back to previous bag, but nobody was at second with the shift. And then nobody was there with the dropped ball. Wow.
So now Odor at second in scoring position.
Now, well, the dangerous thing about this is the hole on the right side with Elvis Andrus.
Yeah, we've seen him do it
Exactly.
way too much. Just poke it through the right side. And now it's 0-2.
They gave Olsen an arrow.
Yeah, E3 on that play.
Good backdoor breaking ball, and thrown that hard, not much Elvis Andrus could do. And if he goes to right field, it's usually on a fastball. So maybe that being a good pitch that he went with the breaking pitch hard outside.
And that almost hit Andrus way inside.
Odor at second doing what you're supposed to do with 2 outs and a runner when you're at second base. He's getting a huge lead.
He sure is.
I mean, he is taking off, and this ball inside. And I mean, he's already in scoring position, and not that he's going to try to steal, but he is getting a huge lead. And Jed at second trying to keep him close, but ball in the outfield, he's going to walk home. See, the one thing he does, Odor, he does that. I mean, he does it at third with the third baseman way off the bag. Here he knows you're really not paying that much attention to him, and he's trying to distract the pitcher.
And the only guy that can hurt you here is Elvis Andrus.
That's right. Exactly right. I mean, you can look at him, stop him, and then go to the plate with everything you got. Odor right now almost in the outfield grass.
Andrus fouls back the fastball 93 miles an hour. And made a good catch just down to our right, the first row.
Last night, Elvis Andrus hit a Wendelken fastball inside at about 96. Pulled it in the seats in left field for the slam. That's what's making a pretty good hitter, because he'll pull a pitch inside, but outside he'll go to right field.
A little bit off the plate, 93 miles an hour. Pagan and now Lou Trevino.
Trevino just stood up and he's sweating bullets. It doesn't take much in this heat.
Way out in front. That was a breaking ball, down and in. So 16 pitches by Booker. He threw 26 last night. So another 2-2 to Elvis Andrus. Odor runs, and the ball's bounced to Chapman, but it's fouled.
See, that's the time when Chapman shouldn't be covering third. He was covering third, and the ball was there. But if the runner has that kind of a jump,
let it go.
Let it go and hold your position, because see, now he's going to go cover. He just opened up the entire left side of the infield.
Yeah,
they're not going to throw him out. They're not going to throw him out. And I think, you know, the coaching staff has talked to him about that, but it's kind of an instinct. When you see a guy take off, you're going to go. But with that kind of a lead, they're not going to, he's not going to be, may not even throw. And you're taking a chance of allowing the hitter to do that. Fortunately, the ball was fouled. Somebody might have said something to him right now that if he goes, let him go, because with two outs, there's no reason. There's no reason to vacate your position, especially if he throws a breaking ball. You see, the problem is a breaking ball if the third baseman vacates a position, because the hitter with a right-handed hitter is going to pull it.
A lot of standing around, folks. Pretty sure, Ray, the only guy that can hurt you here is the hitter. Am I right?
No. It's 100%. Not pretty sure. 100% sure. No, that's a valid point, because that is and Booker knows that too. I mean, if Odor goes with the lead he has and the jump he's going to get, just let him go.
Pop up on the infield right near second base, and Lowry grabs it. Side retired. So runner stranded at second base. 8th inning coming up. 5-4 Rangers. Trailing 5-4. So the new pitcher is the left-hander Alex Claudio. So Claudio pitched in game 1 of this series. A funky delivery from the left side. He'll face Piscotty, Chapman, and Canna. For defensive purposes, Ryan Rua comes in the game in left field.
He's out there just in case they need him to pitch.
That's right. Get good stuff. First pitch to Piscotty is a little outside. So Piscotty usually does his damage in the 9th inning, but we'll take it here in the 8th inning if he wants to do that. Outside, and now it's 2-0, 69 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's not going to overpower you, and it's a lot of herky-jerky delivery that pulls the string.
Piscotty had a base hit in the 6th. It was an infield hit. That was a call that was overturned. He's hitting .301 with 11 homers and 33 RBIs in his last 45 games. 13 of his 14 home runs have come on the road. 7 have come here in July.
You know, the 2-0 pitch that was called a strike really didn't have to be. It was floating off the plate a little bit. Circle change grip that Claudio starts with.
And that's a strike. So now it's 3-2. There's your grip.
Circle grip or circle change up, index finger, thumb forming a circle, 3 fingers on the baseball.
A little check swing, that's going to work. And then Odor kicked it a little bit, but he gets to it quickly, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Piscotty.
The old saying is, Kai, if he hit it like he threw it, soft. Fool was Piscotty, but Odor, when he kicked it, he's lucky the ball didn't kick all the way over to the warning track and came out quickly throwing to second base. And that was not a deep play to try to get Piscotty to go to second. He just simply reached down, and as he reached down, he hit it with his glove as he tried to catch it. So the A's will take it. Like Piscotty did very smartly, just trying to be patient and trying to become a base runner, which he did with the base hit.
There's Chapman. First pitch is inside from Claudio. Chapman is 1 for 3. He singled in the 6th inning. Andrus charges, gets a big hop, and that's going to be a double play. Elvis Andrus made the right decision to charge it, and he got that hop before it became a short hop or an in-between hop, and that made it a fairly easy double play.
Well, hit in front of the plate and then took off, and you're right, and stays back. It's a totally different story, but a little flip to second base. Odor with a strong throw, and there's your tailor-made 6-4-3.
So now the bases are empty, 2 outs, and here's Marcana. Marcana, a walk, strikeout, and a double play, and the first pitch is in for a strike. Alex Claudio last year, Ray, was terrific. He was 4-2 with a 2.50 ERA, pitched in 70 games and had 11 saves. The Rangers thought that, well, had to be thinking they were going to get the same guy again, and he has not been the same guy.
Well, it's rare that you see someone who doesn't throw 98 be a closer, and he is not in that category, never has been, never will be. But he's probably more suited for the 7th and 8th inning role than especially with Kino Kela down there. Got him through a lot of pitches last night. You'd have to figure he's probably wanting to come back to start tonight if the Rangers have the lead in the 9th inning.
0-2 pitch is low. That one at 86 miles an hour. So Lou Trevino looks like he's going to pitch the bottom of the 8th. Bounced over the mound, and it's going to get through into center field, and that's a base hit for Canha.
And the 2-strike base hit for the A's in this 8th inning. And Mark Canha, as always, finds a way to, well, this ground very hard in front of home plate, and Chapman's went right to Elvis Andrus. This goes up the middle.
So 11 hits for the A's. They've out-hit the Rangers 11-8. 1 error in the game that was made by the A's.
Fakeley likes left-handed pitchers, so let's see if this being his 3rd at bat. He singled in his last at bat.
in the first strike. 71 miles an hour. That's not anywhere near a normal pitch speed.
Well, that's called under the average.
Way under the average. I mean, really, even if you tried to wait, it's almost impossible.
Well, you try not to swing at his delivery, and by waiting, sometimes you find yourself waiting too long, and then it is a strike.
Fegley is 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 7th, scored on the Davis home run. Just missed off the plate outside. They are in the 9th inning in Colorado. Astros 2, Rockies 2, top of the 9th. Mariners won their game earlier today 3-2. Sliced foul. So now Fegley is behind in the count 1-2. Well, the A's have had base runners all over the place tonight. They've had 1 3-up 3-down inning. That was the 4th inning. They've received 4 walks.
Unlike last night when 6 scored, tonight only 1 is scored. That was in front of the Chris Davis home run.
Two more doubles tonight. The A's have 10 doubles and 9 home runs in this series, and there's another game to play. Claudio delivers, and it's rolled towards short. Anders throws in time. So Claudio gives up a couple of hits, but nothing else. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 5-4 Texas.
Retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Here's tonight's game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 4-11-1 for the A's, 5-8-0 for the Texas Rangers. So the A's trying to come back again. They got the 3-run homer from Davis in the 7th to make it 5-4. Edwin Jackson not sharp tonight. 5 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings through 91 pitches. Martin Perez got through 6. Chirinos with a 3-run homer. Chris Davis with the 3-run homer. So the A's will get one more shot to have another come from behind win, but before that, Lou Trevino is going to have to get through the bottom of the 8th inning. So he'll face Beltre, Profar, and Gallo. First appearance in this series for Trevino. And the first pitch is a strike, 94 miles an hour.
Guy we saw in the bullpen with Lou Trevino, and did not take him long to get loose. I thought it was interesting because Fegley made the last out. Trevino came in, and the clock started to drop. When the reliever comes in out of the bullpen, he doesn't normally just get 8. He gets the time that it takes for him to come in the bullpen and start throwing. If he's within the time frame, he can do it. But it looked like he just threw a couple. And if that's the case, he threw enough in the bullpen. But it does not take long, because I mean the umpire, actually, Lance Barksdale, went out because Fegley was talking to him, and then he threw one pitch, threw it to second. That was it.
In the air, shallow right. Hustling in is Piscotty, and he calls off Lowry. Hey, Albert Pujols homered tonight in Anaheim, so he slides ahead of Ken Griffey Jr. on the all-time home run list. He just hit home run number 631.
Well, this isn't good with the A's going out to talk to Lou Trevino.
You know what, Ray? He threw the first pitch to Beltre, and then he kind of went for a walk around the mound, and he really just kind of took his time.
Is he kicking his leg a little bit? I mean, he was kicking a leg, which maybe landed wrong or something happened. And well, after this last pitch, and started to take away the attention to Adrian Beltre, or to Albert Pujols. Didn't see anything.
Maybe he's hot. I'm hot. You're hot.
Oh. Fans point to John. It's that. That's great with Pujols. That's, I mean, he's considering everything he's gone through health-wise, for him to do that.
Keep hitting.
Yeah.
Matt Olson is right there, 2 away. And that'll bring up Joey Gallo. Top of the 9th, it'll be the top of the order for the Athletics. And it's Leclerc, the right-hander. Jose Leclerc is throwing.
Well, it could have been a couple of things for Keller. And that was, remember, he took the ball off his hand that was hit by Jed Lowry in the center field. Also threw a lot of pitches.
Yes, he did. 40 pitches last night for Keller.
First blown save of the season. So 3 pitches for Lou Trevino, and he's got 2 big outs. And he's another big one here to take it 1 run into the 9th inning. 1-run deficit.
Gallo a walk, a single, and a strikeout. And he has scored a run. That one's in for a strike and 93 miles an hour. Gallo, a big bouncer, but he got a piece of his foot. So Trevino ahead of Joey Gallo now 1-2.
Got the protection on the inside of his right foot. I don't think it's going to slow down his swing, though. I think he'll let it go anyway.
You don't think he'll back off a little bit?
No. Doesn't matter the count. He's going to hack. He's going to swing hard. Hope Trevino keeps it down so he doesn't elevate anything with a 4-seam type.
Pitch is outside. And Gallo takes way inside, and now the count is full at 3-2. They're going to the bottom of the ninth in Denver, still tied at 2. Astros and Rockies. On deck is Robinson Chirinos, hoping to get a chance to hit. And Gallo had a pretty good swing, fouled it, maybe a little off the end of the bat.
Well, the temptations when you have a power hitter looking fastball, and that is to throw him a hard slider, try to get him to chase, and you also hope you don't hang it. That's what he's going to throw. Just let it go. Don't hold back.
And he got him. Nasty pitch. Gallo strikes out. And we are going to the ninth inning. A's trailing 5-4. Simeon's going to lead it off.
How about this? Hanging slider. Chris Davis, crushed one to center field. Young man with the A's hat got it, but the A's with that home run. His last 2 home runs, 3-run shots. One last night to win it. One tonight to bring the A's to within 1. They'll try to at least tie to this 9th inning. 3-run shot by Chris Davis, your Chrysler drive of the game.
So 5-4. And the new pitcher for the Rangers is Jose Leclerc. Threw 16 pitches last night. He's having a good year. 2-2, 2.02 ERA. He does not have a save this year. He did have a couple of saves last year. He's going to try to get his first, and he's going to have to work for it. See Ronald Guzman, the new first baseman.
Yeah, the one thing Bob Melvin was talking about Leclerc, and with the ability to get out right-handers. In tonight's game, he's got the leadoff hitter in Semien, then a couple of lefties with Martini, who pinched hit for Chad Pinder, still in the game, and then Jed Lauer, top 3 in the batting order.
Marcus is 2 for 4, and he rolls that one just foul down the third baseline. Semien doubled in the first, singled in the 5th. He's also grounded out and hit a fly ball to right field.
And Beltre guarding the line at third.
28 comeback wins. 16 in the last 25 wins have been comeback wins, so that's a lot. That one driven right center field. Gallo, though, gets over there and he makes the catch.
Ball was slicing back to him, and that helps the right fielder. Martini, who had a lot of success getting on base, somehow, some way, will try to do it in front of Jed Lowry and hopefully Chris Davis.
Well, Ray, Charlie Blackmon from the Rockies just hit a walk-off home run. So the Rockies beat the Astros 3-2, and those two teams split that 2-game series. So the Astros will head home, and they will host these Rangers this weekend. So the Mariners pick up a game, and they are now 5 back of Houston for first place in the West. And if the A's can come back, they could do the same. The 2-0 pitch is a strike, 96 miles an hour from the plate.
Well, outside, and then down and in, although Torino's just said, throw me a strike, and he did. And especially with that velocity in the inside part of the plate.
Martini checked his swing. The ball goes back to the backstop, and now the count is 3-1. Torino's just missed it. And that one is low, and he walked him. So the A's get the tying run aboard with 1 out.
And whether it's amateur, minor leagues, or big leagues, Nick Martini finds a way to get on base. And they are going to pinch run for him.
Well, that'll be Fowler, the speedy one.
And you'd have to think, Kyle, that this is simply pinch running for the speed, not necessarily to steal a base. I think the A's would love to have Fowler try to score or be able to score the ball in the gap, which the outfield is huge, and that's something Jed Lowry can do. Get the ball into the outfield. Infield playing as straight up as we've ever seen. So that part is normal with Jed Lowry able to use the whole field.
First pitch to Lowry is a swing and a miss. Lowry has walked 3 times and singled, so he has yet to be retired tonight.
That first swing, Kuip, I think, was a swing to hit a 2-run home run into the seats in right field.
Speaking of 7th inning or later, Jed Lowry's batting average 7th inning or later, .382, second best in the big leagues. Rolls over that one, and now it's 0-2.
Let's see if we now are able to watch the professional hitter and Jed Lowry with 2 strikes. It looked like, again, the right field very inviting, even with a good pitcher like McClurk, to at least have a couple of swings for the short fence in right field. And now he becomes a hitter.
Chris Davis waits in the on-deck circle. 0-2 pitch is way inside. Chirinos with a very nice play.
That's a good take by Jed Lowry, also with a hard slider inside, but you're right about Chirinos having to backhand the ball. No chance to get his body there, and then came up in the event. Fowler took a couple of steps towards second.
And you really got to pick that clean, because if it hits your glove, it's going to roll away.
Yep.
And it's going to roll away a little ways, probably.
Absolutely, and enough for Fowler to get in the scoring position. So you're right. Sometimes you have to be an infielder, and that was a great play by Chirinos, and that saved a runner getting in the scoring position.
Lowry steps back in. Chirinos. Quick check into the dugout.
Doesn't have that many pitches.
No, I don't think so.
No, and
3 is what I think. 3 is probably the maximum.
yeah. Trinos, not a bad idea. Go out and discuss it, because your pitcher's got to be comfortable and confident in throwing the pitch that he wants. That indecision is always hard on a pitcher. Coach Davis talking to Aaron Bochier's hitting coach in the on-deck circle, and maybe trying to talk about Leclerc, what he throws, especially since he just shook off 6. Says he added some pitches.
7.
Yeah, he added pitches.
Old number 7. Lowry swing and a miss.
That's what he wanted. He got it.
So Lowry strikes out, 2 away.
Well, he wanted to do this, and that's to throw the 90-mile-an-hour sinker. Actually, changeup way came out of his hand.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, changeup, and
That's filthy if it's a
Yeah.
90-mile-an-hour changeup.
he's throwing 97 with a fastball, but you're right. It came out thinking about the sinker, but also thinking about King Felix Hernandez, and when he was in his prime, throwing a 90-mile-an-hour changeup that went straight down.
So here is Davis. First pitch, big swing and a miss by Chris Davis.
Well, the outfield, as usual, playing extremely deep. As the first pitch was breaking ball, took a lot off the pitch. Davis hit a changeup last night for a 3-run home run. Hanging slider tonight with Guerin. 3-run home run.
And that one off the plate.
Well, this is where Matt Olson, backing up Chris Davis, can be very instrumental in this at bat by Chris Davis, because they know, the Rangers know exactly what Chris Davis can do. They pitch him carefully and don't give him a chance to hit. Maybe Matt Olson can be the hero.
5 home runs in the last 4 games for Chris Davis. He's homered in 3 consecutive games.
Would not think this 2-1 pitch is going to be any place close. He might throw chase sliders from here on out.
Just got a piece of it, and now the count is 2-2. I said 3 consecutive games. He's homered in 4 consecutive games. So the crowd, over 20,000 on their feet. This game going right down to the last pitch. Fowler, the runner at first. Long look in by Leclerc. Now he's ready. Right field. Gallo!
No.
And
Oh, my
that
gosh.
baby's gone. Are you kidding me?
You know, I was thinking Stephen Piscotty in San Diego, and Chris Davis did it. And that wasn't cheap, Kite.
Oh, it went into the upper deck.
Yes, in right field, upper deck. Same spot he hit number 40 2 years ago here in Arlington. How about that? You have to be kidding me. There he is. He's going to be in the same spot tomorrow night. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
420 feet the other way into the upper deck, and the A's lead 6-5.
And how about
I mean, I don't even know what to say.
I don't either. I absolutely don't either. All I know is you look at Guerin making a mistake. Leclerc just made a mistake also. You know, you just, it's unbelievable. Even Bob Melvin's got a smile. He's got to be lost for words.
A's down to their final strike.
Just like Stephen Piscotty in San Diego when this whole thing started. It's unbelievable. And Kipe, a one-out walk.
Yep.
One-out walk. A great at bat by Nick Martini. And Chris Davis unbelievably does it again.
Well, and that not only gets a base runner, but it allows Davis to hit.
Exactly. And the fact that Jed Lowry didn't hit a ground ball. I mean, just everything working out. It's unbelievable. 20th multi-home run game. This place is in shock, as we all are.
We're happily in shock.
Well, yeah, I mean, but Blake Trinan did it last night with a 3-run lead. Tonight, unless the A's keep it going, it will be at least a 1-run lead.
High pop-up. Beltre waiting, and he's got it. The A's have done it again. The magic just will not go away. Think about it. Down to their final strike, and they've done it again. Chris Davis, a 2-run homer. Check out the pitch.
Want it down and away, and there it is at 98 fastball. But look at where this ball goes. I mean, this is not a cheapie. This is 98 outside, and look where it's going. Look where it lands. That's unbelievable. That's upper deck oppo. Frankie Montas, the entire bench cannot believe it. Mark Canha. I mean, nobody can believe this.
So, you know,
Swing. Look where he hits this ball. Bat through, right there, follow through, and look at the people standing behind the A's dugout. Look at the A's dugout. And watch the A's dugout, and watch the A's fans in the stands and the Rangers fans in the stands behind the dugout. They are quiet as KD does it again.
So now 112 home runs in his 3 seasons with the Athletics. He's got 6 home runs in the last 4 games. And each one gets a little bigger than the last one. So he wins the game last night. Got a chance to win it again tonight. And so here comes the closer, Blake Trinan.
And both home runs tonight have come with 2 outs. Last night, the A's scored 13 runs. They did not have 1 hit with 2 outs to score 2-out runs. Tonight, the last 5, the only 5, actually make it all 6 because the double by Olsen in the first inning was with 2 outs.
So Trinan comes in. He's looking for his 26th save. He's 25 for 29, 1.06 ERA as he faces Chirinos. And then Ryan Rua and Carlos Tocci, the bottom 3 in the order. Chirinos with a mighty swing, and he just got a piece of it, rolls it foul. So you see Canha in left, Fowler in center, Piscotty in right. That's the new outfield alignment. Torino swings and misses 99 miles an hour, and now the count is 1-2. Now the A's with the chance to pick up a game on the first place Astros. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
90-mile-an-hour slider. 48-0 after the 8th inning.
So Chris Davis, a 3-run homer in the 7th inning to make it 5-4. A 2-run homer in the 9th inning to make it 6-5. He's got 27 home runs. He's got 77 RBIs. Here's a strike on the outside corner to Ryan Rua. You know what I'm surprised with, Ray, just thinking about the pitch to Chris Davis, is that pitchers keep pitching him away.
Right.
And I think you could pitch him away with breaking balls, maybe.
Down.
Down, yeah.
It's got to be down. You see his swings when the pitches
but
are
if
down
it's
and away.
up and out like
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, I mean, he's going to hit that ball almost every time. Especially when his power spot is really right center field.
Okay, if you think about Melanson in Oakland, tied the game with a high cutter, away, went to right field. He hit a 3-run home run last night. Beeman Dirks on a changeup up, pulled it. The changeup. Tonight it's a hanging slider, straightaway center off Guerin. A mistake up center field. Goes fastball 98 away, up right field, 2-run home run. I mean, he really hits the way you're supposed to. But if you make a mistake up, he can hurt you more than anybody.
Strike 3 called outside corner, 2 outs.
Well, painted the outside corner. And, you know, let's not forget for Blake Trinan, at 99, paint on the outside corner. He's in the bullpen not even knowing if he's going to come in the game up until the last at bat by Chris Davis. It's a 2-run home run. Now he's got to mentally get ready to say, okay, I got to come in and try to save the game with 1 run. He's 1 more out to try to do it.
And Tochi is the hitter, and he takes down and away.
See where Chapman's playing at third. Tochi with the speed. He's not really on the line, but a big gap between third and short.
Tochi looks like he's taken all the way, and it's in for a strike. Petit, Hatcher, Buchter, Trevino, and now Trinan. That group has allowed 1 hit.
1 hit.
And no runs.
1 walk. That was Buchter.
Swing and a miss. 99 with a little sink.
Yeah. Trevino got up to 100 in the 8th inning. 1, 2, 3 with a strikeout. Trinan a strike away from 3 strikeouts. And an ecstatic bench. Thanks to that man right there with the A's under his highs.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and they've done it again, Ray. I don't know what to say.
I don't either. All I know is that's 4 consecutive strikeouts. And to your point about the bullpen, coming in, shutting down, and in the game that Perez pitched in Oakland, it was Chu hitting a 2-run home run in the 9th inning, made it a 3-run game. That's the difference of what's happening now. The A's are coming back because the bullpen's doing a tremendous job, and guys like Chris Davis are hitting home runs, and really, you can't explain it.
So another miracle finish for the Athletics. They just keep coming daily. And tonight, the A's down to their last strike, get a 2-run homer by Chris Davis. The final score, the Athletics 6 and the Rangers